All right, guys, we're going live.
Let's confirm when you actually do see it.
Just know I still see your test on YouTube and can access it.
Oh, it's still on YouTube. Yeah, I still left it
Okay.
on YouTube. I didn't take it down on YouTube. I just took it down on Facebook.
Going live in 1, and we're live.
What's going on, Waka Nation? We are live here on Facebook and YouTube. We are excited because today is our NFL draft watch party, as well as our Flip Cup Showdown round 3. So we're really excited. We've got a huge panel on tonight. I'm going to have Adam introduce everyone to you guys, and we're on a little early because we've got a lot to talk about, both between Flip Cup and football. I mean, we've got it all going on continuously all night tonight. So you don't have to worry. If you're on YouTube, you don't have to worry about switching to different feeds. We're going to be on one continuous feed tonight, both on YouTube and on Facebook. So hopefully you can join us, and make sure you grab a drink too, because we've got a drinking game that we're all going to participate in all night. But I'm going to give the floor to Adam so he can introduce the squad to you.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome for night 5, round 3 heading in today. We got 8 incredible teams that are all still sitting on the winning side of the bracket that are going to start off tonight, and you'll see them throughout the next 3 or 4 hours. We also have a couple elimination games coming at you on this Thursday eve, heading into NFL draft party. With me, as always, the man who you love, and he's put together a nice little drinking game in his background that we'll be explaining later so you can follow along. Mr. Sadow, thanks for joining us as always.
Excited to be here, man. And we're going to get drunk tonight.
I mean, that drinking game that we've gone over is definitely going to leave some people not awake for their draft picks in the later part of the first round. I have a feeling. Next up, none other than the sloth seltzer man himself. You know him, you love him. He's a man of few words, but those words are always choice ones. Dr. Kevin Wakason, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Great to be here. Thanks, Kev. Rounding off the usual suspects, at least. You know her, you love her, coming straight out of Captain Q, the Duke City, Albuquerque, New Mexico. One of the 2 queens of fun games, Miss Waka Padaka herself, Kristen Apodaca.
What's going on, everyone? I'm ready.
And a special guest for the evening. She's scattered all across the Southwest at this point in time. We don't know where she's coming or going between Scottsdale and Albuquerque. If you've seen her out there, you know that she knows how to drop off Bud Light Seltzer, our sponsor, into everybody's loving hands. None other than Nelly Diaz. Thanks for joining us today, Nelly.
Hey, guys.
Awesome. Glad to have you all here. For those of you who got a little sneak preview of what we were going to do today last night, glad you could join us at, about 4:35 in the morning East Coast time, as Sa and I did a little review of what the stats were. For those of you who don't know or haven't been following along, we have actually been keeping accurate stats as far as our flippers. I think the biggest non-factor as far as a surprise is our top 6 teams, actually top 5 teams rather, are all still in the winner's bracket right now. 3 others scattered amongst that. Sa, you want to give us a little bit of a breakdown on that analysis of our teams that are heading into the winner's bracket tonight, looking to avoid hitting the other side of the table and taking the long road home?
Oh, man, we've got an exciting matchup of teams tonight. 8 teams in the winner's bracket, and they are all playing tonight. So, and they're from all over the country. We've got California represented, Nevada, Texas, Georgia, and Connecticut. So it's a good spread. And we're going to, since we got some time, we're going to take some time to talk about it. I'm going to hand it to Kristen first. Give me your top 2 teams you see in the Elite 8 right now.
Well, I mean, I think there's no doubt that we all know that Apocalypse is coming in pretty hot right now. I mean, they're going to be pretty hard to beat. I think their stats jumped even further from what they looked like in the previous week, which, I mean, they're going to be tough to beat, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
I just have like, of course, a favorite, and it probably because, they're always like running the fun games and having such a great time. But Hopkins over there playing with his vodka every time just is like, what? and they're tough too. I mean, those guys can really hold their own. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight with them against BTOC.
It's definitely impressive, no doubt. No doubt.
As we discussed yesterday, that's one of the big factors heading into the Elite Eight matchups. We have 3 teams representing one city, which is unprecedented. We haven't had that before. Between BTOC, Balls Deep, and Flipping Quarantine, we discussed a little bit while Flipping Quarantine is in one of those top flippers, and they've improved vastly from round to round. Definitely Captain Damon Cross feeling a little bit like the redheaded stepchild between Kevin and David Hopkins going at it between BTOC and Balls Deep. So definitely excited to see Flipping Quarantine tonight and see if they have that chip on their shoulder being treated that way by their Vegas brethren.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we'll see how he does. Kevin, who are your favorite 2?
I'm actually really liking Flipping Quarantine for sure. They have to step it up a little bit. They started off with a rough start the last game. It looked like they got a little slow at the beginning, but then they picked it up towards the end. I'm also really liking Chalupa Batman. Hung out with them a few times during the games, watched a little of the tournaments and stuff, and just in general, a good team. Should be a lot of fun to watch them go.
Yeah, absolutely. They're definitely always one of the most fun ones to watch.
Agreed there. Chalupa Batman, definitely a team not to be taken lightly. To reiterate what we were talking about the other day, when 2 days ago, when we were having our last round, at the end of the second round, as well as last night when we were giving our analysis, I'm going to go with the Silent Thunder that's come out of nowhere, starting off ranked number 22 and consistently maintaining the number 2 spot since they have started. We work off flips out of Atlanta, Georgia. Team of people that really nobody had seen before, nobody knew. And they are dead even with the average number of flips and just literally 0.01 below the average flips per game from Apoca Flips, which is known for their speed. So as well as the big stat that not a lot of teams have completed, which is perfect games. They actually have 2 games where they went 5 for 5 to close out a round. So definitely curious to see what they've got going into today. While the matchups get a little bit tougher.
Go ahead, Kristen. Sorry.
One of the other interesting matches I think is going to be interesting to see is the Worcester Nightmares, who came out super good in the first round and then just lost it. I think that whole CNN controversy really threw them off, but it'll be interesting to see if they can pull it back together tonight.
Controversy has plagued the Worcester Nightmares, unfortunately. For those of you who missed that coverage, head over to the Club Waka page as well as the Wakapalooza YouTube channel, and you'll be able to find our CNN report where both the commissioner, referees, and our live CNN correspondents for Club Waka gave their report on the situation. It really all stems from only one person on that team, which is Kenny Colby, the leadoff for the Worcester Nightmares. He did complete a press conference where he just wanted to put it behind him. But unfortunately, we've seen these kind of scandals hit the NFL, the MLB, and now the National Flip Cup Charity Tournament. And unfortunately, no matter how much people want to put scandal behind them or accusations of cheating, sometimes it just is a black cloud over their head and it rains continuously, no matter how much they want to escape it. So curious to see if they can bounce back, as his style has had to change based on that accusation, and we have seen him struggle quite a bit the last 2 rounds.
Well, speaking of curious, I know we've had this perspective of the experts because myself, you, Kristen, and Kevin have been watching this from day one from our point of view, but we've got Nelly on today. And she was the captain of the absolutely horrific team Flip Beastwood.
Oh, no, you did not.
Wow.
So we welcome her today because not only do we get to see her perspective of the tournament, but how she feels about the rest of the competing teams. Now, to be fair, by far, Nelly was carrying her team. I mean, you didn't those
For
players
sure.
on your team were not at your level. Definitely not at your level.
Elliot was solid. He did really
Elliot
good.
was okay. I think Samantha was a really dead weight for you. So you might need to talk to her about her flip skills because they were absolutely terrible. I think re-looking at her stats, her individual performance, she was averaging like 6 flips at a time. She was batting like under 200 for your squad. And every time you put her in the 4 spot, I mean, I know she's your best friend and all, but sometimes you just gotta cut
Well,
dead
you know
weight.
what? When they do with your lineup, you try to have good, medium, good, medium, good. You try to have those mix-up spots, and that's what I tried to do. I tried to have everyone.
Yeah, but
in a
she's not
solid
medium.
spot.
She didn't even fit in the medium category.
Well, where else would I have put her?
On the bench.
Wow.
Well, unfortunately, one
Strong
of my
words by
players
Mr.
that was
Sandow.
in the first round of games, he sat out this one, so I had no one to rotate in for this one. So sadly, it is what it is. And granted, I fell to the floor when we lost and kind of laid there like, ugh. But I got back up and I was like, you know what, guys? You didn't practice. But
No,
Yeah.
they didn't. But let me ask you, are there any teams that you saw that you thought were were pretty intimidating that you think that can take it all the way through?
intimidating. I'm still working around team names and stuff, but Erica's team, I feel like they were
Yes, the flippo modes.
yeah, they were pretty good. I definitely see Balls Deep as like a threat. And of course, I run a few Balls Deep chapters of teams here in Albuquerque. So I always have
He's
to
not
root for
biased
them
at all.
That's
and,
true.
Secondary accusations of collusion coming from the refs already.
I mean, let me put my Venmo out there, Adam.
Oh, wow. She's learning quickly.
Yes, young Padawan.
Yeah, I think those are my two because they're really good. I can't think of. I mean, the team that I would not worry about is Peyton's team. I'm not worried about that team.
Whoa, shots
Ah.
fired. Peyton gets
Yeah.
the thumbs up, is getting the
I
thumbs
mean,
down.
I love you, Peyton. I love you, but your team. I mean, it was pretty.
Well,
rough
let's
to watch.
let's ask the real questions. Is it her team or is it her?
I think
I
it
mean,
was
to
her.
be honest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was. I mean, she had it all to cheer squad for her honey. He was even struggling too. But I mean, Peyton needs a few more drinks in her for her to get back in this. Like she needs to. Peyton's not Peyton without at least a 6-pack in her.
Wow.
Wow. Well,
I love her. I love that Peyton.
oh shit.
I have a
Why don't we
lovely
just leave it
name.
at that before Nelly continues to dig herself a grave? I mean, Peyton is from Florida, and not to stereotype Floridians, but if Nelly does end up missing, I wouldn't be surprised. I've learned a lot from Joe Exotic, and it's not to trust any Floridian ladies that have a bone to pick with you.
Wow.
Anyways, for those of you just joining us right now, we're really excited about today's broadcast because it's different from what we've done. We're combining the NFL Draft Watch Party with our Flip Cup tournament. We've got about 2 hours worth of Flip Cup action, and we're incorporating a drinking game. And so I might as well go over the rules with us now, since we've got like 50 people watching us already. This is great.
Wow.
Yeah,
Welcome,
between
everybody.
Facebook and YouTube, it's pretty intense. So the way the drinking game works is first, get a drink and get plenty of it because we are drinking a lot tonight, okay? But we're making the rules really simple just to make it real easy. First is since we do have 7 matches tonight, during each match, before we start our games, you need to just pick a team. Who are you going to cheer for, right? Are you going to cheer for Apoca Flips? Are you going to cheer for, Balls Deep? Each round, you need to pick a team. And during that round, every time they lose a game, you got to drink. All right? We'll make that real simple. And us judges, we're doing that too. So Nelly, you better have your booze ready, okay? Kevin, get your drinks ready. Adam, all have your drinks. So before each match starts, we're going to choose a team we're going to align with. And if they lose, we drink. Real simple. Then when football starts, we've got some rules for the NFL draft too that hopefully you're watching. But that includes if a draft pick gets traded, you drink. Okay. Anytime, and because the draft is virtual, anytime someone mentions Zoom or Skype, we take a drink. All right. They'll probably do that a lot, so I'm not going to notify you every single time I hear it. But if you hear it, boom, drink. You can type it in the chat. You can ping us on DM, on the YouTube chat, or on the Facebook chat. We are drinking. Okay. Anytime, and then finally, the last condition to make you drink is anytime you see someone cry, whether it's a flip cup player on a devastating loss or an NFL draft pick who, oh my God, I did not realize my dream is going to come true right now, and I'm in tears. You drink. And as long as they're still crying, we drink.
Speaking of the NFL draft, we are now officially on the clock with the Cincinnati Bengals, who have the first overall pick. The assumption is that they're going to be taking Burrow out of LSU.
No, they're not. The pick hasn't started. What are you talking about?
Go look at ESPN. The clock is running.
Oh, shit. We're ready to get started then.
Macaulay Culkin's getting drafted?
Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin. I love it.
So Burrow right now, they are live at his home.
They are. There's 9.5 minutes left. So we're going to keep you updated throughout the entire night. Of course, our Flip Cup battle starts in 3 minutes between who's our first two teams? I got to get them logged in, Adam.
Our first two teams of the evening will not disappoint you. They are our number one ranked Apocalypse taking on Bofa coming out of the DC area. So a couple of East Coasters facing off in the first round here.
Bofa had a real interesting start to the tournament. They were part of that controversial Game 7 double overtime win against Erica's Jacksonville team, Flippo Mode. The one that we still, to this day, there's still a lot of controversy over that tied finish on that last cup. And, bless her heart, Erica claims that, her cup won, her cup stopped moving first. But because we didn't rule in her favor on the double overtime match, Bofa cleaned up and they stayed in the winner's bracket while Flippo Mode is down, crushing it in the loser's bracket. I mean, who did they play in the first round of losers bracket, Adam? But they absolutely crushed them. I mean, Erica and her team came out with a vengeance. They were not going to lose. They
were definitely not happy about heading down to that bracket. And with obviously we understand that completely, as they were a squad that, definitely came out of the gates swinging for the fences. Ultimately, if I recall correctly, Flippo Mode, let me just review my commissioner's notes here. Flippo Mode, where are they? There they went. They ended up shutting down Stiff Upper Flip 4-0, and now will face off against a very strong Quarring team, which was started this tournament ranked number 5.
Nice. Let me get this set up.
While we're getting people to start coming in here to start our first match, Bofa versus Apocalypse. For those of you that are watching the draft via us, we are at 7 minutes left on the clock for Cincinnati. Very interesting, considering the fact that it was a heavily speculated that Burrow would pretty much be told he was being drafted literally within 30 seconds into the round. I know my hometown team, the Miami Dolphins, have been on the phone with Cincinnati Brass all day trying to make a play to trade. Definitely curious to see what happens going on here as we dwindle down into the 6-minute mark.
So we're pretty set that it's Burrow that's getting drafted and there's not going to be a trade.
I don't think that there's going to be a trade. If there is a trade, I think the Dolphins are the only ones, because of the amount of first-round picks that they have, which is 3 overall, to make that trade. Now, it is the Cincinnati Bengals, and for those of you who like statistical research, not many of you, I will give you a little fun fact. Anytime the Cincinnati Bengals is drafted in the top 5, whoever drafts after them ends up with an all-star caliber Pro Bowl player and potential future Hall of Famer. So the Bengals consistently end up on the wrong end of the deal whenever they have drafted in the top 5. So definitely curious what ends up happening with the Bengals. And of course, the Redskins right now sitting at number 2. Definitely curious to see who they end up picking up, because that might be a potential Hall of Famer, according to the way that history has played its hand.
Well, speaking of Hall of Fame, we do have a few Hall of Fame flip cuppers that have just joined us now, particularly of the Davis, and Davis group.
My favorite law firm.
Excited.
The favorite
We
locker
are
room.
excited, and for those of you just joining us, again, we have our drinking rules set up for tonight, and that includes choosing your favorite Flip Cup team on every single match, and every game they lose, you got to chug a drink. If an NFL draft pick gets traded, you got to chug a drink. If anyone on TV or on this broadcast mentions the word Zoom, chug a drink. And then, of course, if anyone is crying, you got to chug a drink. Anyways, teams, welcome. Let's go ahead and get your names situated, because I know your colors are a little bit, I mean, you guys are both green, but we do have some people
Never
wearing
responded to my
Well,
email. I
black.
tried to flip to see what color changed, so we changed for you guys.
Oh, you guys are amazing. You guys are absolutely amazing.
For those of you
Good,
following for draft information, we're at 4.5 minutes left on the 10-minute clock. Bengals still not locking in their pick. This
You
is
know
bad.
what?
I think we're waiting to hear what the trades are. I mean, I would trade if Miami called in and was willing to give up 3 first-round draft picks over the
I don't
next.
think they're going to get that, but I think they could definitely get these swap picks with the number 5, as well as get one of the second-round picks.
Yeah.
Hail to the Redskins.
Olivia,
Could one of the
you're muted.
judges throw my name as AF1?
Joe, is that you,
Yes,
Joe?
please.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
Joe.
Joe.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, I got to remember to make
Always
everybody
Joe.
else here.
Always
co-host.
Joe.
I know. Consistent.
We do have to set the record straight that 2 of the people on the team are not from the original team. So it's right now Davis, Marr, and Brosnan. We had to have one of the Dave I stay behind to take care of the law firm. So it's going to.
Oh, that may be a weak link to bring in a sub. That is dangerous.
We're just gonna call them on the list.
If there's a chance for you guys to move on through, it is tonight.
So the Davis squad hiring new partners at their law firm, jumping in here.
They've been here the whole time. We just.
Yeah, he wasn't here for
I see. Well, did you guys just finally check their LinkedIn profile and see that they have Flip Cup in their background experience?
That's how we found them. Yeah, we recruited them.
Fantastic. Well,
By the
before
way,
we get started here, let's refs, we got to go ahead and verbally call out the teams that we're rooting for in this match.
Fine. Sorry,
Nelly,
guys.
let's start with you.
For apocalypse.
We'll take Kristen.
Let's start with our special guest, Nelly Diaz. Nelly, who you got in this matchup?
I am gonna go with Apocalypse for this one for sure. I mean, Bofa was good, but I'm gonna go with Apocalypse.
Lame.
All right. Kevin Walkerson, who do you got in this one?
I have to go with the Apocalypse.
Ooh. So far, 2 for 2 on Apocalypse. Kristen Wakapadaka, who do you have in this matchup?
I'm sticking with my original Apocalypse.
All right. And the man in the slow-mo replay, Sadao.
Oh, definitely Bofa. Now that I know Apocalypse is bringing in not their A team. Bofa
Shocking.
has
Saw wants to do
run
something.
ever since destroying Erica and putting her on tilt. And I know
No
Bofa
pressure.
really
No
well.
pressure.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not going to be a good match. I'm just saying.
Hey, Sa knows that I don't captain often, but when I do, I bring the big championship home.
Ooh.
All right. Cincinnati's pick is in for those of you who are following along for the NFL draft stuff as well. And for my pick on this matchup, I love both teams, and I think it's going to be a close game, closer than some of the previous Apocalypse games. But ultimately, I think the Apocalypse are going to squeeze this one out and take this one into the semifinals as well.
Well, let's see. Let's get it started because I want to see these people drink.
All right, guys,
Not
you know the
trusting my
rules.
Bofas.
Hold
You know
on, wait a
the
minute. Is
rules.
the first pick
You
in?
know how it goes. Go ahead and
First
make
pick
those
is in.
marks
First
up.
pick is in. We'll announce it when they announce it.
Absolutely. As they're getting ready to make that announcement, go ahead and make those marks on the cup.
Who's our judge?
Yeah, who's our judge?
Kristen is going to be reffing Bofa. Kevin, you're going to be taking care of the Apocalypse. And with the first overall pick, Joe Burrow from LSU is
Right there.
We like Kristen.
Walk home in that one
Thank
tonight.
you. Thank you.
For any of you gambling at home, if you want to hedge a side bet, if Saw is going to knock over his stack of our sponsor, Bud Light Seltzer, during the course of the next 2 hours, I will hedge that bet for you.
I am set. I am set. Ready to go.
Done, locked in. All right, so Washington now on the clock. Of course, Bofa coming out of the same area as the beloved Washington Redskins, hoping that they can win this matchup as well as win a phenomenal draft pick. We're curious to see who they're going to take. Both teams, are you set? Judges, do you have your teams and are they filled up and good to go?
I'm set with those.
First line, I
Good to
can't
go.
I saw him. Here we go.
All right, Saw under the hood, watching the slow-mo replay as always, and our special guest judge, Nelly Diaz, joining us tonight. Let's see who takes round one as we start the Elite Eight matchups. Bofa versus the Apocalypse in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Now,
On both.
Bofa gonna have to keep the speed going.
One and done.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Little
Bofa.
fallout. Let's see. It's not even right now.
Bofa.
And
Apocalypse.
Oh man.
Oh, we were just right there. Damn
That
it.
was fast, man.
So Apocalypse starting off a little rough there.
All right, I'm drinking.
Bofa had the clear lead, but unfortunately just slowed it down in the middle
Guys,
of the
we
lineup.
get this.
All right, reload, guys. Reload. Let's go. Reload.
Listen, substitute Bofa 1 for Bofa 6. So it's Bofa 3 and 1 and then Bofa 6.
We can
Thank
do
you,
it
thank
without
you, guys.
that
Thank
now.
you for showing
Thank
your
you,
cup.
Apocalypse.
Appreciate it.
Thank
All right,
you.
guys. Judges, let me know when the refills are good and the renaming.
Thank you.
I am good to go.
We're good to
Apocalypse,
go.
good
Let's
to
keep
go.
it going.
All right, then.
Can't see
Here
the
we
corner.
go. It is 1-0 Apocalypse on an absolutely close one. Let's see if Bofa can tie it up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go, Bofa. Here we go.
Yeah.
Bofa ahead just by a little
Here we
bit.
go. Come
Oh,
on,
here
come
we
on,
go.
come on.
Let's see if Bofa can do it. Oh, so close.
Here.
Apocalypse.
Yes.
Apocalypse again.
Damn it.
Olivia, if you mess up one more time, you're
So
out.
close.
Apocalypse, just that speed that they have is
That's the thing too. You just can't,
Can't afford any mistakes, guys. Let's go.
not against this team.
Okay, Bofa 2. I'm now Bofa 6 and Marvin's Bofa 2.
Got
Bofa
it.
6 is
Joe Brockman, are you on the right Wi-Fi? Because you're lagging.
Joe, you're glitching a lot.
Let's keep it going. We got 5
I'm,
minutes
I'm
on the
good,
clock
guys.
for Washington.
down under
Nobody's
5
crying
minutes
yet,
for the
unfortunately.
Washington Redskins.
I'm the only asshole drinking right now. Come on, Bofa. This is
Bofa down
football
is good.
crap. I don't want to get drunk.
0 to the Apocalypse. Let's see if they can bring it back here and turn it around in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Bofa.
Boom. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Bofa.
They're gonna have to keep that speed going.
Russ.
Bofa.
Yes.
Bofa
This is
so
it.
far.
This is our round. This is where we hold them.
Bofa.
Come on. What are you doing?
Yes.
Bofa!
Let's go.
Nice job, guys.
For the first time in this entire tournament, Apocalypse loses a round. They are still up 2-1 on Bofa. Let's see if they can tie
Told
this
you they're
up.
not invincible.
Substitute.
They do bleed. They
Um,
do
go.
bleed.
1 and 3 is now Bofa 1 and 6, and then I'm Bofa 3.
All right. While they're getting that situated, the Redskins pick is in. They will be announcing that in a few moments. Let's see what happens there. For all of you joining us,
Get Chase.
Hey, I didn't see you guys drink that just lost. Hey, refs. Did I see your chug?
I even cheers the screen and I drinked.
Okay, good. I'm just making you drink again.
I brought a
Even better.
2-liter out for this.
What's with it, Jack?
He's trying to make us catch up to him.
for those of you following along today, it's a little bit different than our usual format. It will be one continuous YouTube stream as well as Facebook Live. Thanks for everybody for joining us during the NFL draft and during our National Flip Cup Championship, our round of Elite Eight, as well as a couple elimination games coming at you in the middle between those two rounds. We want to encourage you to follow both the Club Waka page and the Wakapalooza YouTube channel, and make sure you're commenting along, having some fun, razzing your friends, encouraging them, as well as talking trash to your enemies.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Let's go, Bofa.
It is 2-1 Apocalypse. Let's see if Bofa can tie this up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Nah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Russ.
Oh,
Quick
no.
flip for the Apocalypse. They
Oh,
3 one and
no.
dones.
Jack.
4 one and
Oh,
dones.
my gosh.
And that's
there
it.
it is.
Wow.
I'm gonna start drinking now.
What
A
is going on?
perfect game for the Apocalypse. It is now 3-1. Apocalypse Bofa looking to fend off the elimination here from the winner's side of the bracket. Let's see what Captain Dana McCarran has in store for her lineup.
Okay, so we're gonna take out Bofa 4, and Bofa 1 and 6 is now Bofa 1 and 4.
Got it.
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure I'm gonna look like this 2 hours from now.
I'm pretty mad at one person in particular, and he's subbing right now because he's consistently 2-flip tonight, and I'm not okay with that.
That's fine.
That's because he's drinking Miller Lite.
Don't make me undo these what's under these things, okay? Trying to be nice.
All right, judges, let me know when your cups are set and good to go.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, don't spill on your computer.
I did it again.
We'll give you a minute to fix it if you'd like. All right, then. Here we go. Apocalypse up 3-1. Let's see if Bofa can answer back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Boom. Let's go. Let's go.
Nat.
Done.
Marvin,
Russ.
They have the ability to catch up.
I didn't
Apocalypse.
see it lag.
Marvin, you gotta drink quicker, buddy. There we go.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Dana. Oh man.
Sure.
And that is going to do it. The Apocalypse
Man,
4-1.
Okay.
That was on me, guys. Sorry.
consistently a step ahead.
Apocalypse dropped their first game in the entire tournament, but ultimately are able to answer back and close out the Elite Eight round. They will head to the semifinals with a final score of 4-1 over Bofa. I mean, you know, I know they were the heavily favorited, and now they will wait to see who they get to face off between the Chalupa Batmen and We Work Off Flips. Wow.
We'll
What
be
a
back.
game, guys. Thank you
Nice
so
job, guys.
much.
Bye,
We'll be
guys.
back.
Good luck.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Guys,
Good game.
in a few.
Hey guys.
And for all of you still watching, you can stick around as we have about 7 minutes in between this round and our next round. So we can go over a bit of a recap of this past round and go over our next selection is actually in just breaking. The Redskins are going to pick up Chase Young, defensive end out of Ohio State, highly touted by his coaches, as well as the people that have reviewed his skill set as someone that is going to make a massive difference for the Washington Redskins and a potential Pro Bowler for the future. What do you guys think of both that win and the draft pick from the Redskins now?
Well, no surprise on Apocalypse winning, even with the substitutions. Again, their speed is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you know, just coming off the line, it's top 40 speed, you know, and we've seen, I haven't seen anything like it since the Flip Cup Combine of 2016. So, you know, speed is definitely key. And we saw it today, even with the substitutions, you know, but we have proof that they're not perfect. Bofa came in and stole one from them. So we know they bleed. Unfortunately, right after the game, Bofa won, they went one and done all the way through. Their first one and done game was tonight. They haven't done a one and done game, a perfect game all tournament so far until tonight. And it was right after they lost one round. Oh, man.
So, I mean, the big question there, you know, we're saying they're not invincible and they dropped that one game. It was the first time that it took multiple people on Apocalypse more than 1 or 2 flips to get it done. We saw a couple 3 and 4 flips to close out their flips, which is the round that Bofa took. So definitely, but I mean, we saw they're not rattled by that. They answered back immediately with a 5-for-5 performance.
Absolutely. I mean, they play fast. It's just like it's because they don't have to worry about defense because if the opposing team isn't as fast and no one's chasing them down, if the opposing team doesn't have a Bosa or a Chase Young, any of those type of guys coming off the edge to force you to get rid of your flip quicker, then you can take your time and you don't have the pressure and you can definitely stay aggressive on your game. And that's what they're able to do. I mean, Kristen, I mean, was there any surprise to how well Apocalypse played?
Not even, no, not at all. I mean, I knew that they've been solid the whole time, and I just kind of knew that they were going to come in and do what they do. But I mean, both of they played well. I mean, against a lot of other teams, that would have been a great showing. But I think Apocalypse just has it together, so it's gonna be hard to take them out.
I was watching you, Nelly. You were definitely salivating at the talent level on that squad.
I'm gonna recruit them and them and them, and we're good.
It's interesting. Like, I think Apocalypse finished all their games, and like if Samantha would still be flipping right now in her first game right now.
Oh, ouch.
I can't say too much because she's my roommate. So if I get kicked out, Saul, I'm coming to live with you. Okay, just so you know.
I heard he has a nice air mattress, although I never got to take it.
Somebody else was hogging it the whole time.
Adam, sprawled out like a starfish.
Just like a starfish.
No, they had a really good round. They started off a little slow, and then they picked up. They kept it going. It was just a one flip, and then I think some anger got into the game somehow, and that ultimately.
Yeah, we definitely saw Captain Dana have some choice words for her teammates.
Oh, yeah, and she's gonna talk to her team, and we'll see. I mean, they played well. It wasn't bad against pretty much most other teams. They would have won, but against Apocalypse, you got to have a perfect game.
I think the most interesting thing now is going to be heading into that losers bracket. They really don't have a long road to try to get back to the winner circle, but it's going to be a tough one because they're going to end up right now. Later tonight, Miso Corny versus For Fox's Sake. The winner is going to move on to face Nipple City. And on the other side is Dunder Flippin versus the Boston Teabaggers. So between those four teams, one of them are going to move on and end up facing Bofa eventually.
Yeah, they'll definitely have a tough run at it. I mean, Nipple City is the defending champions, and then the number 1 seed, and Boston Teabaggers have definitely played extremely well. And so that's expected. I mean, you just have to step up your game, and sometimes you got to. Oh, look, Detroit's got their pick in.
Detroit has got their pick in, breaking with the 3rd overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. Detroit is going to take Jeff Okuda, cornerback out of Ohio State, another Buckeye headed to the NFL, 2 for 3 in the draft picks going on right now. A lot of SEC stuff.
Smart pick. I mean, they needed a cornerback, especially with a draft that is heavy on fantastic receivers and the passing game being more explosive, and the cornerback market being extremely expensive now. Matt Patricia has to get a better job going on with his team because for a defensive specialist, he hasn't really done his job. And, his defensive line isn't that great. So he's definitely going to need some corners and people in the secondary to hold the passing attack that he's got to deal with to stop guys like Aaron Rodgers. Oh, man.
It's going to be interesting. The NFC in general is going to be interesting after the Tampa Bay Patriots. I mean, Buccaneers made some massive moves in the last couple of days.
Tampa Bay Gronkaneers.
Tampa Bay Gronkaneers.
Tampa?
There we go.
My guys.
Tampa Bay Gronkaneers.
Is that your new team?
I have been a Bucs fan since 1996.
No, not you. I was talking about Saul.
Yes, I'm always been a fan of Tom Brady and Gronkowski, and my roots start if the player starts in New England. My roots continue to spread. I'm a Garoppolo fan. I'm a I love the New England bred and born players, and if they extend beyond that, great. My fandom extends as well. I mean, I will always be a Patriots fan and will root for the Patriots and for Andrew Luck to captain the Patriots offense this.
You calling it now?
Oh, wait a minute. Was that Adam Schefter hasn't reported on that yet, so I don't want to let the cat out of the bag just quite yet.
Saw a massive Patriots fan, for those who don't know, and also one of the highest private collectors of pirate memorabilia. So definitely excited to be able to fly into Tampa Bay at some point after Walkapalooza Vegas sometime in October.
I'm sailing to Tampa Bay, motherfucker.
On that pirate ship, I want to stay. I would pay $300 to stay on that pirate ship.
There you go. There you go.
You heard it.
I'd make you walk the plank.
You heard it there first. From LA straight through the Panama Canal and on to Tampa Bay. You'll see Saw in his own.
Tampa Bay. Get it right. Man, you are not getting this right at all.
I'm not going to give you that one. Screw both of them.
Bay
Screw
Gronkaneers. Let's go.
Screw them.
Hey, do I have time to go to the
Sad
restroom?
that Miami is irrelevant again.
Time to go to the restroom.
Yeah, I got.
We'll see if they make the change, because so far in this draft, it's been expected. We expected Burrow at 1. We expected Chase Young at 2. We expected the cornerback for Detroit at 3, Jeff at 3. So the Giants is really the big question mark. Are they going to get an offensive tackle? They need a tackle. Who are they going to pick up? And that's going to be a big question mark.
We need an offensive line in general.
Tackles available. So anyways, welcome to our new teams here. Oh my gosh. Atlanta.
Time to go to the restroom.
Atlanta and Texas. I love it.
Goodness. Hey, Sa, can you change me to ATL3? I can't change it on my.
I got you, love. Here we go. ATL3 indeed. 3 is a very good number for Atlanta, because that is the number of points that the Patriots had before their comeback.
So Sa, do you remain a Patriots fan while still worshiping Tom Brady? That's not a conflict at all?
Not a conflict at all. They're in the opposite divisions.
They're in different divisions,
conferences. And even when they get to the Super Bowl, and that's what's going to happen. It's going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New England Patriots. That's my expectation.
And you're going to be that guy that's like, I just hope everyone has a great game. I don't really care who wins.
Yeah, you know what? That's when I wear my kickball shirt and it says, I just hope both sides have fun.
No, I just want to see some sports. Play some sports ball.
Yay, sports. Yay. Speaking of sports, we did get an official complaint into the league offices that Chalupa Batman was particularly not happy about playing on draft night.
Well, to be fair, no one's happy about playing on draft night.
Well, to be fair, the Texans don't even have a draft pick in the first round, so I don't even know what you're watching or worried about.
Well, to be honest, most of us aren't even Texans fans.
I am.
Ryan is a Giants fan.
Oh, Jesus.
I am unfortunately a Texans fan, and it hurts and it's painful, but I still love them.
Speaking of the Giants right now on the clock, 3 minutes left for their 4th pick in the draft. Let's see what
probably trading it to
you know what Chalupa, it's okay if you're a Giants or a Texans fan. It's not as bad as being a fan of the second place Super Bowl team that no one will ever forget.
The Atlanta Falcons.
Hey.
They can.
Can we calm down with that? All right, cool.
Look at that. Shots fired. All right, crew. Before we give the floor to Adam, just a reminder on everybody that's just tuning in right now. It's one continuous broadcast all evening. We're also hosting a drinking game. And the way it works is each match, we ask that you guys at home pick a team to win. And in this case, you're going to pick either Chalupa Batman or we work off flips. And for each round that they lose, you got to chug a drink. Also, during the NFL draft, if a pick gets traded, you chug a drink. If anybody mentions Skype or Zoom, you chug a drink. And if any player or coaches or family members cry, or a player during Flip Cup cries, you chug a drink. That being said, Adam, the floor is yours.
I am emotional.
Saw has also forgotten the hedge bet that I've made on the side, where he will knock over his tower of Bud Light Seltzer by the end of tonight.
And I took that bet.
I got it.
Now, I will count it if Saw's cat, as a continuation of Saw himself, walks by on the table and knocks it over as well.
You hear that, Dora? Don't get over here.
Like loop the tail around, be like.
All right, guys, here we go. It is Elite 8 time. It is time to find out who is going to move on and face the Apocalypse, who just went 4-1 to take the round against Bofa. We are on the other side of that bracket as Chalupa Batman takes on We Work Off Flips. Now, while We Work Off Flips did come in at the 22 seed originally, Chalupa Batman starting off at the 3. It is a slightly different story right now, as We Work Off Flips, consistent through all of the rounds now, has maintained the number 2 overall ranking, is literally 1.01 behind the Apocalypse. Chalupa Batman, no slouches themselves, though, as they have been the 4th overall now that they have dropped down from the 1 seed overall from the last round. Definitely not a shot at them, though, as their numbers have just tailed off a little bit, and both the We Work Off Flips teams, Apocalypse and Balls Deep, all picked up speed. Let's see if Chalupa Batman can put their foot on the gas tonight and make something happen, as we got the Chalupa Batman versus the only team from Atlanta, We Work Off Flips.
All right. Yeah.
Let's go. ATL.
Now, before we get started, just for all of you following along, the New York Giants have just put their pick in. We are waiting for them to make that announcement, and we will break that to you as soon as we get it. In the meantime, we ask all of our teams, go ahead and put that penny to the cup if you haven't yet. You know the drill. Make a marking and then go ahead and fill it up to that line.
Good job. Good job.
While you guys fill up, refs, go ahead and call out your team. Which one are you
We're
picking?
going to start with our special guest of the night, Nelly Diaz. Nelly, who do you have in this matchup?
All right, guys, I'm gonna go for Chalupa Batman. So I will be watching you guys tonight.
Right. A little bit of technical difficulty.
All right. So Chalupa Batman with the first pick. Waka Padaka, who do you have in this matchup?
You know what? I think this one can go either way, but I am partial to the Chalupa Batman as well.
All right. 2 for Chalupa Batman. Kevin Walkerson with a ghost behind him. Who do you have?
So it's gonna be a very, very close match, but I'm gonna go with the statistics and I'm gonna go for ATL.
All right. One end of the column of We Work Off Flips. Saw, who you got?
Well, you know, I'm a big fan of Chalupa's jerseys, not a fan of them bitching about playing tonight and bitching to the league office about it. So I'm going with We Work Off Flips, who have been nothing but absolutely just respectful and courteous during this whole tournament.
Yeah, we don't care about football.
Wow.
How about that?
They also lead the tournament in number of perfect games. So I'm a big fan of that. One and done.
Split between our referees, 2-2. By the way, the Giants have selected Andrew Thomas, offensive tackle from Georgia. Which means now my Miami Dolphins are on the clock. Hopefully we do something good. And by good, I mean not Tua. So let's see what happens there. And for the last pick on this matchup between Chalupa Batman and We Work Off Flips, I think this one may go the distance, honestly, based on the speed of both teams and talent. But overall, I'm going to go with the pick that I have been rolling with all along. I mentioned them last night. I think that they have the ability to pull it all together and make it happen. I am throwing my weight into the corner of We Work Off Flips out of Atlanta, Georgia.
All right, here we go. Let's make it happen.
Here we go, guys. We Work Off Flips versus Chalupa Batman. Thanks for joining us live. Comment, cheer, talk some trash, and follow along on Facebook and YouTube.
I'm frozen right now. Oh, wait, I'm back.
We good to go?
You're good.
Wait, let me make
There's
sure.
no technical difficulty here.
Don't you dare.
All right.
Call my name, Michelle, okay?
I'll call your name when I'm done.
Yes.
All right, here we go, guys. Round 1 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go, Bill. Come on, brother. You got it. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Joe?
Batman coming in.
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah, a little bit of struggle there.
Little lag there.
Sorry, I'm frozen.
Oh, it's all good.
Come on, Maddie, you got this.
A little bit of struggle.
Yes, Maddie.
Atlanta.
We Work Off Flips.
Hey,
We
Hey,
Work Off
Kristen, Nelly, I think you girls are thirsty. Let's go. Drink up.
All right. Anybody who took Chalupa Batman in the first round,
call me
take your
thirsty.
drink.
real quick, can we refrain from talking during flips because it only shows one person? Like it only brings one person's sound.
You can turn it into gallery view if you go to your top right.
Or can you lock it?
You can lock it in on a specific frame.
It's kind of frozen for me. What's going on?
Yeah, you can
Wait, are
pin
you
it.
on a mobile phone or are you on a laptop?
Okay, let's go.
I'm on a
The little
laptop.
flip top art still says Bofa versus Apocalypse.
That's true.
That's true. We're gonna talk to our league office and fire some asshole who didn't get that shit done properly.
AKA Saw forgot to change it.
Just wait for his face to show up on. There it is.
That worked for you calling my name because I couldn't see you, but I could hear you, so that was good. You're not.
But I had to swallow before I could say your name. So can someone else say her name after I'm done flipping?
Yeah, Maddie's got it.
Okay, good.
So you heard it here first. Saw is firing himself today as we move on here. 4.5 minutes left on the Dolphins clock, and we're moving on to round 2 between Chalupa Batman and We Work Off Flips. The We Work Off Flips team up 1-0. Captain Kia, are we keeping it the same?
Yeah. Yes, we are.
Right. Keeping the confidence in the team. Here we go then. Round 2. Judges, are you good with the refills?
Yes, I'm
Then
good.
let's get it going. In 5, 4. Oh, no. Somebody admitted that they drank their cup a little prematurely.
I spilled it on my table.
There you go. And now she takes another sip.
I spilled it too much. Sorry, guys.
I did too, but whatever.
All right, guys. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go, Will. You got this.
Ryan.
Off fast starts here.
Daniel, go.
For Chalupa Batman.
Cerner.
Whoa, one and done.
There you go, Cerner.
Chalupa Batman by a half a cup pulls that one out. Anybody who picked We Work Off Flips, it's your turn to pick up the cup and drink.
Adam, your Dolphins are taking their sweet time.
They are taking their sweet time, and while they take their sweet time, we're enjoying a delicious beverage brought to you by Bud Light Seltzer, our sponsor for the National Charity Flip Cup Tournament. Don't forget, guys, while you're following along, make sure you read the comments on YouTube and Facebook, as Sa has a drinking game going on during the NFL draft and all of our matches tonight. It is 1-1, Chalupa Batman versus We Work Off Flips. Judges, do you have all your refills in?
Yeah.
Judges, we good with the refills?
Looking good.
Yeah.
All right, then. It is 1-1. Let's see who can pull ahead and start pulling the lead out. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go, Will. Got it, Will. Yeah.
Ryan.
Got this, Michelle. Katie. Go, Daniel. Go.
Danielle, come on.
Oh,
Yes. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Cerner. Maddie. Yes.
Done. Atlanta.
That was a
That was so close.
Thanks
Close.
for
Recovery, guys.
That was a New England style comeback, falling behind and coming back and taking it at the last minute.
Wow. 2-1 for We Work Off Flips versus Chalupa Batman. By the way, the number 5 overall pick in the NFL draft is in when we'll break to that news as soon as they announce it. Guys, go ahead and refill those cups. If you have any changes in your lineup, feel free to let us know. Otherwise, go ahead and get those refills in and get set as We Work Off Flips now up 2-1.
Oh, I've overfilled. Anyone's game still. Anyone's game.
Gotta say, I got to admire and love the format of the ladies from ATL, especially number 4, slow and methodical a little bit, and definitely edgy, taking on that one-handed flip, not using the other hand for balance.
He's always had a good flip.
So let's see if that ends up paying off. Here we go, 2-1. We Work Off Flips over Chalupa Batman, and we are go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go, Will.
Ryan. Beautiful. Go.
A lot of one and dones there starting it off.
Oh,
Got it.
both struggling. Come on, let's go.
Come on, Katie.
We're gonna have to pick up speed here.
go Chalupa.
Come on, Danielle, you got it.
And number 4.
Maddie, go. You got it. Yes.
On Atlanta pulls ahead 3-1. 3-1 for Atlanta.
Oh my God.
While they are refilling the cups, the Dolphins have their picks in. And with the number 5 overall pick in the first round here, the Dolphins, unfortunately, against my better judgment, have picked up Tua, the QB from Alabama, to
what a reach
for the Miami Dolphins.
Interesting. I mean, they're definitely being the Miami Dolphins.
It is the Miami Dolphins, and Hootie said it best, the Dolphins make me cry. All right, let's go ahead and get those refills in as we work off flips. Up 3-1 now. This is for all the marbles for Atlanta to move
Come on,
on.
guys.
We got this, Chalupa. Just breathe easy.
Answer back. We're going to find out now. Captain Kia, 7 people on his team. Are we sticking with the order that you have?
Yes, we are.
All right. Confidence in his team, keeping himself on the bench. Signs of a great captain. Let's see if his trust is not ill
He's
placed.
just doing his impersonation of Tua.
Pretty much. You can talk all the trash you want. I didn't want him on this team. Here we go, guys. 3-1. We work off flips. Let's see if they can close it out against Chalupa Batman in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, well.
Well,
you got it.
Done out of Atlanta. Another one and done for Atlanta. Another one and done for Atlanta. Can they do it 4 in a row here?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Chalupa Batman.
Close.
Yes.
Chalupa Batman just a little bit faster there as
Sorry,
they
guys.
pick up the round. Now we work off flips, still up 3-2. So Chalupa needs 3 straight, starting with that game they just won, to end up taking this round as everybody hits that refill real quick. Chargers now on the clock in the NFL draft with just over 5 minutes to make their first pick. A lot of people assumed that they were going to take the other favorited quarterback, Justin Herbert, out of Oregon. Let's see what ends up happening there.
Hold up.
Hey, Adam, you talk a lot of trash, man. Now it's my turn. Oregon?
Oregon.
Yeah.
Oregon.
You have to excuse him. He's from Florida.
Exactly.
You can't walk by when I'm flipping.
Hey, let's go. Come on, y'all.
All right. 3-2. We work off flips. Can they finish this off? Let's find out what they've got in store in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Will? Yes, Will, you got it. You got it. Yes. Go, 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 go.
ATL's got to move.
Hey.
Speed. ATL keeping it going. Uh-oh.
Go, Danielle. Go, 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 go. Yes, Maddie. Go. Get it. Go, Maddie.
But ATL finishes it off. Final score of 4-2. We work off flips.
Good game, guys.
Coming straight out of the 22 seed to start moving on as they will face in the semifinal against the heavily favored Apocalypse.
Hell yeah.
Thank you to both teams. Chalupa Batman, they're not done yet. They just got the long road ahead of them as they are going to move down to the loser side of the bracket and they await the winner of Quarantine Flippo mode, as well as the thumbs up potentially to match up with. We'll see what happens as we get into the elimination games a little bit later. But thanks everybody for joining us. Stay right here as we're not changing feeds tonight. It's one continuous feed on YouTube on the Wakapalooza
Great
channel.
job, guys.
As well as
guys.
on Club Waka. Thanks, guys. We'll see
Wow.
you soon.
Wow, that was impressive. Close. Every single game in that round was definitely close. It went down to the 4 and the 5 spot. So definitely close. I was impressed with both teams. I mean, it's just, if you get that lucky bounce and your cup lands perfectly. What a game. What a match. What do we got next up, Adam?
Oh, wow. Let's go to the schedule. Next up on our schedule is elimination round game. As I'd flip that, takes on L.I. Flip to see who moves on and who hits the pit of misery.
Oh, yes. Elimination games. Those are definitely exciting. What's going on, guys?
Yo.
Thanks for signing in. If you need help with your names, be good. Get that all squared away. Hey, Karen, good to see you again.
Hello.
Now, iFlip has definitely played their fair share of games. I think they've played more games than anyone else in this tournament.
I think so as well.
Ow.
First one.
Yes, sir. That was it.
There we go. Well, Adam, I'm sorry to see your team draft Tua, but you know what? I mean, he's got skills. He's just an injury liability. But I think, hopefully, I didn't read the scouting report on his clipboard holding skills, but certainly I think he's going to be standing there holding the clipboard for Ryan Fitzmagic for at least one more season before.
I honestly hope so. The Dolphins have made some terrible decisions at quarterback, other than Fitzmagic recently, when they took Rosen over from Arizona and swapped around picks. Kenyon Drake headed over there. Now over at Houston for Hopkins, which was an even crazier trade in my opinion. But overall, it's just insane to me. I mean, Alabama, definitely not a quarterback producing school. They're a wide receiver producing school, as well as a lineman producing school. So that's really why their quarterbacks see so much success during college versus in the pros, where they're just run of the mill at best.
Yeah. We didn't get a chance to say too much about the Giants and their pick of Andrew Thomas. I thought they reached a little bit. There's a few more tackles that I like better, like
that was a trash pick.
Or Tristan.
Tristan Wirfs, yeah.
Yeah, Tristan would have been better, but and I thought the Giants was actually going to trade down, but as we know, Dave Gettleman has never traded down in any draft that he's a pick. So
Giants should have taken Wills. Wills was the play.
Yep. Yeah. There's a lot of different options. And like you said, I'm curious if the Chargers are going to go with quarterback. But, the coach and the GM have been insistent that they think Tyrod Taylor is their man. So who knows what they're going to do here.
Absolutely. The Chargers pick just came in now. So while all of our members of LI Flip.
Karen, what number are you? I'll switch your name for you.
2. Sorry.
No worries.
While we get the numbers set for our next matchup between I'd Flip That and LI Flip, the Chargers now with the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft are going to lock in, as predicted, Justin Herbert from Oregon. I wish the Dolphins had done the right thing and picked him up as opposed to Tua. I have a feeling they picked up another future Phillip Rivers caliber quarterback, and we picked up basically the remnants of a Chad Henne.
Oh my God. Oh, man.
My team, I'll throw shade all I want.
Yep.
All right. It looks like we're just about ready to go here. It looks like, Ryan, what number do you need to be? Oh, we just lost.
I am number, assuming you're talking about this Ryan, I think
Mr. Shepard.
FT1.
All right, Mr. Shepard, you're FT1. Got you.
Yes, sir, that's correct. I'm sorry I didn't do that beforehand.
No worries, we got you.
I was on my draft FaceTime, whatever this is, Zoom, and I had to pop off this. So a lot of Zoom calls today.
All right, judges, let's make your call. Let's make your pick.
All right, we're going to start off with guest judge Nelly Diaz. Nelly, who do you have in this matchup?
All right, reviewing the stats, I think I'm going to go with LI Flip in this game.
All right. Kevin Walkerson, who are you putting your weight behind?
I'm going to go with LI Flip as well.
Ooh. All right, 2 for Flip. Kristen Wakapadaka, who do you have in this matchup here?
I think just based on the fact that some of the ladies on LI Flip have enough sass to fill all of my leagues combined.
All right. All right. Sawdow, who you got?
You guys are all traitors. LI Flip doesn't play Club Waka kickball. I'm going with my guys from I'd Flip That because Club Waka loyalty all the way.
Is that a challenge?
That's be damn.
That's a farm.
That's be damn.
That's a farm. Take out everything you got on it.
Waka right now.
Yeah, they're in Club Waka right now.
Which I guess me, I want to throw my weight behind Flip That just because AJ is consistently wearing his Dolphins beanie. But
oh no, I didn't see that beanie. Can I change my mind? That's terrible.
But as somebody who is consistently a mathematical level person, unfortunately, I'm going to go with the fact of numbers, and numbers don't lie, as unfortunately, LI Flip has consistently improved, and I'd Flip That has consistently dwindled down, actually, to our lowest ranked team on averages.
I'd
So
flip that.
I'm
You
gonna
guys
go
got
ahead
no
and
worries.
throw my weight again behind LI Flip.
Really quickly, can we get FT5 and FT1 to adjust their angles so we can see the table a little bit further out?
Oh yeah. Hey Ryan, can you fix your camera?
It's good.
Good to go.
Ryan from FT. Oh, there he's back.
Ryan, you gotta move that camera.
How's FT5 looking?
Ryan, move your camera down a little bit so we see the surface of the table more.
I set this up in an interesting spot, but
There we go. That's perfect.
It looked like you put it in an empty cereal box there for a minute.
there's one in an empty cereal. I got
diorama.
an empty cereal box. Hold on, I'll get it ready for you.
There we go.
I have an empty cereal box upstairs. Let me just grab it. How's that look?
I'm shocked. Nobody in the NFL draft is crying yet.
You guys have to the table.
This is a custom tube I built for this.
I love it.
All right, guys. Good angles. Go ahead and make those marks on your cups if you haven't done yet. You know the drill, and then you can go ahead and fill up. We always suggest our sponsor, Bud Light Seltzer, to fill up all of your red Solo cups.
Too much in mine.
All right. I love it. Looking good, guys.
Looks like the Panthers pick might be in.
Panthers pick is in. We will break that when they come back from their commercial break and let us know who.
You guys see that all right?
I hope they get Simmons.
Thank you.
Good job taping
You guys got that mark? You can kind of see through the cup almost.
All right.
Good. I like it. I see it.
This is an interesting one because this is our first elimination matchup of the game with I'd Flip That versus LI Flip. The loser of this heads to the pit of misery, brought to you by Bud Light. Dilly Dilly. The winner of this match will move on to face the surprisingly drop down of Thumbs Up from SoCal. So definitely curious to see who wins this matchup and will go against what was one of the heavily touted favorites in this tournament, Thumbs Up. I'm curious to see what goes on. I know the judges are. Let's get this show on the road. Judges, are you good to go with your teams? Kristen, I'm going to have you watch LI Flip. Nelly, you're going to be watching I'd Flip That. And Kevin and Sal will be the backups handling the slow replays under the hood for anything close. Judges, are you good to go?
Let's do it.
Ready.
And here we go. Round one in 5.
My
4,
first?
3.
Yeah, Ryan, go.
We're going to pause that countdown while you get situated there.
Okay, I'm good.
All right. Without further ado, here we go. Round one in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go, Shep.
Oh,
He's right. There we go. Right there, guys. There we go. Come on. Come on.
Vinny.
Go.
Perfect. Let's go. Let's go, fellas. Zach, you got it.
Yeah!
What did I say? Club Waka wins all day. Yes.
Just one match, Sal.
All right. Every other judge needs to flip.
Don't worry, Long Island. When this is all done, I am personally mailing all of you a bunch of awesome Club Waka shirts, swag, just so you can wear. Team photo would be awesome.
Yes, love it.
We'll make sure it's green too, since you love green. I'm gonna come visit you guys. When this is all done, I'm gonna fly out to New York and come visit your league. I want to check it out.
Yeah, it's fun.
It'll be fun.
All right, guys, go ahead and refill those cups. If you haven't done so yet, show the judges. Make sure you don't spill anything on your laptop or phone or whatever you're using.
thank you.
I don't know if you can see that, but it's in there.
I can see the shadow. You're good.
Hey, great job. I'd flip that. Love it, guys.
Good job, guys.
All right, then. Here we go. I'd flip that up 1-0. Let's see if Strong Island can bounce back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Jesus. Uh-oh.
All right, go.
Hello, man. Come on.
Go.
All right.
Man.
Flip takes the round, ties it up 1-1. I'd flip that, having a bit of a struggle bus there to start off.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. They're from Vermont. They're from Burlington. And we're Bernie bros, and we're all about even distribution. Even distribution.
We're going to evenly distribute this directly to us.
You know. Can't wait to go back to Jay Peak, though, for another ski trip. Oh, next year.
Absolutely. Anybody who hasn't joined Club Waka for their infamous ski trips up at Jay Peak or Mammoth Mountain definitely needs to schedule that date, as when we announce it on the calendar for 2021. On the other side of this whole thing, we hope you guys are staying safe at home and having fun watching along with us on Facebook and YouTube. By the way, the Panthers with the number 7 pick in the first round overall, like Derek Brown, defensive tackle.
He was crying.
Out of Auburn, headed to Carolina as we head into the third round, where we are tied 1-1 with I'd Flip That and LI Flip. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, Kim.
Go.
There you go, Ryan. Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, Ben. Come on, Ben.
Go.
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 Go, go,
go,
go. Go, Zach.
Guns,
Go, Dan. Go, Dan.
LI Flip.
Go, baby.
There by LI Flip. They've been practicing.
Oh my God! It's a good thing I bought a whole new case of Bud Light Seltzer.
Absolutely. LI Flip now up 2-1. Get those refills going. Arizona Cardinals now on the clock with 3 minutes left to make their pick. Made some big acquisitions in the offseason, taking Hopkins, DeAndre Hopkins.
Wait, did we win that?
Oh, we lost.
We barely lost, Ryan.
Is everyone one foot?
You gotta go 1 for 1.
Ryan, I need you to go one and done, man. We need you to go one and done.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Let's go, fellas. Let's take it easy.
I thought we won that.
Keep it up, girls. Keep it up, girls. Keep it up, ladies.
Everyone refilled?
Yeah.
Cardinals on the clock right now. They picked up DeAndre Hopkins in the offseason from the Houston Texans. Massive pickup. And a lot consider one of the most viable offensive weapons you can get right now.
I hope they get Tristan.
It will be interesting if they do
all this far.
Their pick is in, by the way, and we'll break that news as soon as it comes down to it. And here we go. LI Flip up 2-1. Let's see if I'd Flip That can answer back and pull it together. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I can.
Go.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, come on.
Come on, Karen. Take it easy, Karen.
You got it, fellas. Take it easy.
Hey,
Don't rush it. There we go.
Now they pull ahead. Let's see.
Come on, roll.
Zach, nice and easy. There we go.
Hey, down to the 5 hole.
A close one.
I'd Flip That ends up pulling out the round and ties it back up.
Just as good as Burlington maple syrup. I love it. Yummy. Well done, fellas. Hey, Nelly, did
Karen, shake it off. Take it slow.
I took a drink. I cheers.
I'm making sure you guys are drinking.
I'll take another one just because,
No one's crying. Ugh, it's terrible.
You need to change it to who not crying but getting angry.
Yeah, no one's angry yet. I should have added. I did finally see somebody on TV wearing a face mask, though. That should have been added to the. I'm gonna go ahead and add that right now. If you see someone on camera wearing a face mask, a family member wearing a face mask, drink.
All right.
I saw the Giants GM was sitting by himself in his own house wearing a face mask.
Yeah, he's an asshole. No.
He also
What about the cameraman's breaking social distance guidelines?
You guys think that David Gettleman looks like Stan Van Gundy?
Oh, totally, all day.
I love the stretches. Let's get ready. Stretch
Oh,
the
it's
fingers.
great. It's great.
All
right, here we go, Adam.
We need to go with those refills.
Looking good.
Judges, are we good with
Refills.
While those refills get all set, and Judge Nelly Diaz gets her refill of Bud Light Seltzer as well, the Cardinals pick Isaiah Simmons Outside
Great pick.
linebacker from
Ooh,
Clemson.
no, that's not bad.
Tristan gonna fall to the Bucks.
Pick at
He's
10.
Mr. Everywhere. He's Mr. All over the defense. I like it.
Which means
Clemson kid.
next on the clock, representing two of the teams in this Flip Cup tournament, Jacksonville Jaguars now on the clock with 7 minutes to make their pick. Let's see what they got in store. While we're at a 2-2 tie between LI Flip and I'd Flip that. Let's see.
Come on, Vermont.
Pull ahead.
Go New York. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, Kim. Come on, Kim. Yes, Kim. Come on, Karen.
Uh-oh.
There we go. There we go.
Hey, go in.
Right there. Nice and easy, guys. Nice and easy. You're right there. Go, Zach.
Go.
Done.
One and done there.
Low flip.
Oh, we just missed it. We just missed it. Ah.
LI Flip.
Laura, what are we double jumping?
Zach, you gotta watch it, Zach.
I'm watching. I got bad internet.
Yeah.
Zach having a little bit of lag there. Teammates to yell his name so he knows when he's good to go.
Oh, it's not my.
Can we get a
internet
clarification on the score?
It is 3-2 LI Flip.
Okay.
Ryan,
Oh, we lost that?
Yeah.
We got this one. We got this.
Barely lost that one.
Hey, shout out to my friend Hallie Hughes
you.
who joined us, and Manny as well. DJ Chocolate Rain is catching our live feed. Well done, guys. Good to see you all. Hopefully you guys join his Friday night power hour live out of Orlando. Getting you the tunes every Friday night. Message us and we'll get you some details and link you up.
He was calling out people.
Absolutely. Careful with the spills there. And I'd flip that now, looking to tie it back up. Can they starve off elimination, or is LI Flip going to finish this one off and head on to face the more ranked
Let's close it out. Here we go.
up out of SoCal?
Let's go, fellas. We got this.
Right now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, Kim. Come on, Kim.
Oh.
Go,
Karen.
Karen.
Right there, right there, right there. Let's go.
One and done.
Go, Rob.
Go.
A lot of one and dones. It's pretty good. It comes down to the wire. LI Flip is going off the knockout punch.
That was the one I didn't get in the first.
And
Damn it.
LI Flip is going to finish that one off on a final score of 4-2, and they are sending I'd Flip that into the pit of misery.
Hey, guys, you did well, man. Thanks,
Great
Ryan.
game,
Thanks,
guys.
Zach.
Great
Appreciate
game.
you guys.
It was a great
Nice game.
We'll see you
Long
at kickball
Island.
games soon,
You guys are
guys.
doing really good, man. You guys are definitely a force to reckon. Oh, man.
We'll see you guys in kickball one day.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, you know for sure. Hey, I'll message you guys later. I'd love to send you guys out some shirts like this week, so that maybe you guys might be able to wear them by the championship round. So
Yeah.
ASAP. That'd be awesome.
You'll be our sponsor.
Yeah.
We'll hang your shirt in the background of our apartment.
I love it, guys. I love it. All right, man. We'll see you guys later. Be safe.
All right, guys.
We got a couple of minutes as the Jaguars pick is in right now. We're going to wait for that announcement to bring it to you guys with up to the.
No surprise. I thought the Cardinals were going to pick somebody to help protect the O-line a little bit. We have a lot of good tackles available on the board still. Bills, friggin' Wirfs. I mean, there's a lot, but you can't go wrong with a guy like Isaiah Simmons. I mean, he's so flexible out there on the defense. He can play corner, he can play safety, he can play linebacker. I mean, maybe they just basically picked the best athlete out there.
Absolutely. And speaking of people making the best athlete plays, we're going to have another elimination round matchup coming at you right now. The Worcester Nightmares.
Whoa,
right now,
is that Paige?
Right now, sitting in the 12th spot. overall.
Wow, it's so good to see you. What a nice
You too,
surprise.
buddy.
How have you been?
I've been great. How have you been?
Well, I've been good now that you're on here. Miss ya.
What a joy. I miss you too, bud.
How's everything with Rona? You adopted a dog, I hear?
Emily adopted her. But yeah, she is in the fam bam.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, a lot of kickballers are adopting animals. I heard Caroline just adopted another dog today, guys. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. I'm just so glad to see all the fur babies out there getting all the love that they deserve. What's going on, Glenn? Brittany?
All right, coming up to you next, the Worcester Nightmares are taking on Housebound and Down.
Yeah, Housebound and Down with a surprising defeat in round 1. Let's
Yeah.
hopefully they can clean that shit up this week.
Yeah.
Fuck it all.
I don't know, Sa. I mean, Worcester Nightmares are one of the most highly ranked teams in the loser side of the bracket, and Housebound and Down, one of our lowest ranked. So definitely curious to see if the numbers don't lie.
Really shocked about it. Glenn, we got to clean this up. What's going on here, buddy? You've got the best in LA available at your disposal. What's going on?
I mean, I think we just had an off night last week, so hopefully we
know what, it's all good. I see Paige is on you brought Paige in or a ringer. Hopefully you don't get any complaints from the Worcesters.
We're already complaining.
Oh,
They
look,
weren't
it's
on the
Kobe
roster to
20
start the
himself. Oh, man.
And in a showing of solidarity from the Worcester Nightmares, all of them have grown their mustaches out, supporting Kenny Colby.
Free Kenny, baby.
All right, guys. Glenn, we gotta get your orders set. So what's the order going on for your team here?
Casey has it written down.
It's me. It's Casey is first.
Casey, you're first.
Brittany is second.
Okay. Sykes
Danielle is third.
Got
Paige
it.
is fourth.
Okay.
And then Glenton's a ringer.
All right, I like it. You're gonna be the anchor.
Hello.
Paige, can you readjust your camera so we can see your cup and your table?
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, all right. Same thing for you too, Casey. I'm not sure where your setup is. Brittany, I need to see more table surface area because you might flip it out of the camera view.
You need to actually see me too?
I don't need to see you as much as I need to see the cup and the table. All right. Sean, I only see your beautiful mug and not your cup or your table.
All right.
There we go. There we go.
Sean is fifth, correct? For Worcester Nightmares?
Yep. Love it. I love it. All right. All right. All right, Adam. Floor is yours.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with another elimination matchup during the fourth round of the National Charity Flip Cup Tournament between the Worcester Nightmares and Housebound and Down. Good job. East Coast versus West Coast during this NFL draft. And while that happens, CJ Henderson, the cornerback from the Florida Gators, is headed right across the side of the Panhandle to the Jacksonville Jaguars with the overall pick.
Wow. Wow. Okay, we're going to talk about that pick later, but yes.
We'll
Wow.
talk about that later. For those of you that are just joining us, welcome. This is going to be one continuous stream today on YouTube at the Walkapalooza channel, as well as on the official Club Walka page. We encourage you guys, comment along with us. All of our judges are going to be on there talking with you guys. Players are going to be in there too. We encourage you to encourage your friends, cheer them on, talk trash to your enemies, and most of all, give a shout out to our sponsor, Bud Light Seltzer.
DJ was crying. They caught him on camera crying. That's a drink,
That's
guys.
a drink. That's a drink in the drinking game.
Remember, if you catch them crying, drink. If somebody's wearing a mask, drink. If somebody's treated, drink.
Now, while that's going on, surprisingly, the Cleveland Browns with the 10th overall pick, with only a minute and a half knocked off the clock, already have locked their pick in. So they clearly knew who they wanted ahead of time. I'm curious to see who ends up over there to support that.
Doesn't matter. They'll still be terrible.
Ooh, some trash talk to the
I love that shade. Who threw that shade? Was that you, Paige?
No, I'm a.
That was Casey.
Oh,
Go Steelers.
I like it. Casey, what's your team? Who are you rooting for?
Steelers. I'm from Pittsburgh.
Oh,
Pittsburgh.
nice. Steel curtain girl. I like it. Yeah.
Love it.
Now, while that trash talking is going on towards the Cleveland Browns, who have been consistently near the bottom. It's coming straight out of another team that's unfortunately at the bottom of the rankings. As the Worcester Nightmares look to avenge their early drop down from the winner's side of the bracket. Now, aside from the only other team, which is our team out of Atlanta that moved on to the semifinals, we work off flips. There's only one other team that has had 2 5-for-5 complete games that were one and done, and that is the Worcester Nightmares. Let's see if they keep that magic going. As we saw Kenny Colby struggle a little bit, dropping from our leadoff to our number 4 spot tonight. For those of you watching at home, definitely curious to see if this is going to pay off as Captain Joe Rossi continues his pleas to free Kenny. Here we go. Judges, I'm going to have Waka Padaka watching the Worcester Nightmares. Nelly, you're going to be watching Housebound and Down, our lovely pink team. And Sa and Kevin going to be taking care of all of our replays and under the hood review, as well as the second set of eyes as we get to go ahead and fill up those cups if you haven't done it yet. And let's get ready.
This time, guys, who are you going to pick this time?
Yeah, who's
Oh, yes. Nelly Diaz, who do you have in this matchup?
I don't know if I should be assigned them, but I was housebound and down, and then you assigned me to them. So I don't know if you want to. My girl
Judges, we're going to have to double check all of her verifications of flips and whatnot.
I'll make sure my phone stays right here so you know there's no Venmo, okay?
Speaking of Venmo, Kenny, I have not heard mine go off yet. Just a hint.
Send it to PayPal, don't worry.
Kevin Walkerson, who you got?
I'm going to go with Housebound and Down.
Housebound and Down as well. And before we get to our next pick from our judges, with the 10th overall pick, the Browns take Jedrick Willis Jr. coming out of Alabama, offensive tackle. Let's see what
they'll protect Baker.
I don't feel good about being picked at the same time as the Browns.
Kristen Waka Padaka, who do you have for your pick in this?
Well, I think Worcester Nightmares is going to be strong. I would never vote against my work wife, Danielle, so Housebound and Down.
That is true. That is true. Kristen and Danielle splitting the title of Queen of Fun Games. So definitely curious to see if we have some serious collusion going on in this matchup. Sa, who do you have going into this one?
Well, you know what? This is really challenging because Danielle brought out she knows how much I love her, and she brought a secret weapon out in Paige as well, which makes it really challenging for me. But at the end of the day, my heart is always with the team that cheats, just like the Patriots. Sticking with the Worcesters. That is what we do.
Very interesting. And last but not least, my pick. You know, as you mentioned, both of these teams, great people overall. A lot of kickball veterans and a lot of lovable people. But overall, as a diehard wrestling fan, I go with the people who subscribe to the Eddie Guerrero school of lying, stealing, and cheating to get whatever they need to do to get it done and take that championship home. Worcester Nightmares, I have my weight behind you guys as well.
Someone deposited to his Venmo.
I just want to know
guys,
if Paige is registered.
Let's do this.
Say that again?
I just want to know if Paige is registered.
If
There's an accusation of an roster check.
Kenny, you're not one to talk right now.
Already.
Hey, that accusation cannot come from you.
All right. Swear I'm legit.
And while that goes on, and we're about to get this underway with the Worcester Nightmares and Housebound and Down, the New York Jets on the clock with just over 4 minutes. Let's see how the Jets butt fumble this one for Brent Wentworth, who's watching at home, our beloved Brent, master of Founders Cup. All right, here we go. Judges, have you guys go ahead and hold up those cups. Judges, let me know when you are good to go, and we can get this underway. Is going to move on in this matchup between the Worcester Nightmares and the Housebound and Down squad. One of these teams moving on the face, we're Cowboys Mallory. The other one hitting the Bud Light Seltzer pit of misery. Let's see who's headed down there. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh.
Oh, a little bit of lag.
Nope.
There we go.
Nightmares moving fast.
Nope.
Kenny Colby one and done's it. Can they finish this off? And they do. Worcester Nightmares.
Drink.
That was definitely me. Casey definitely started late though.
Yeah, a little bit of a struggle.
It wouldn't have mattered. It was me.
Danielle, stop embarrassing the SoCal market. You're the manager. You need to be better than this.
I didn't get my cheats in a row.
We got a true East Coast versus West Coast matchup as Captain Joe Rossi, I believe, was trying to talk some trash, but ultimately is on mute, so we can't hear a damn word what he has to say.
Love you, Joe.
All right, here we go.
I picked Housebound down to win, so.
I don't even think the rest of my team knows that we're playing against the team that got called out for cheating.
As Joe Rossi now, a very interesting fact, as the captain of his team, Joe Rossi admitting to being the Pete Rose of this National Charity Flip Cup tournament and playing against his own team in this series. Let's see if that goes down. Worcester Nightmares up 1-0. And here we go. Judges, are we good to go with our refills?
Good to go.
All right. Then let's get to round 2 on the road. 5,
Casey.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
There you go.
One and done for Worcester again. Another one and done. Let's see if they keep it going. Joe Rossi one and done.
Go for the perfect game.
Kenny Colby couldn't complete it, but he got the second one. And they for Worcester Nightmares, and they take a 2-0 lead.
Drink up, ladies. Drink up.
Well, that's
Days,
going
I
on.
promise you, you'll get a chance to play at some point.
Are we going to change the lineup at all? Are we going to stay the same? What are we doing?
Guys, we practiced before this and we were so much better.
You know we gotta go get.
Housebound and down 2-0. Are you sticking with the lineup?
Housebound, do you want to flip it?
Sure.
All right. I'll lead off.
Me, D, B,
Reverse order.
C.
Yeah, reverse
All right,
order.
so Housebound just sticking to reverse order. So it's going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for them.
Yeah.
The Jets just submitted their pick. We'll break that news as soon as they announce it. And
Worcester, your defense is so good, you can handle no matter what kind of offense Housebound and down is going to do.
I was just going to say, somebody from my team call my name because the video is going in and out for me.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, then. Here we go. It is 2-0, the Worcester Nightmares. Let's see if they can clean sweep it or if Housebound and down is going to have something to say. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
One and done.
Quick one and done on the reverse order there. Another one and done, though, for Worcester as Worcester pulls ahead. Another one and done. Kenny Colby now. Oh, and he ripped it, but hits the one and done.
Come on,
And it lands.
Oh,
The Worcester Nightmares for the clear 2-cup lead. As the Worcester Nightmares take the 3-0 lead. Go ahead and refill, everybody. Worcester now up 3-0, looking to clean sweep this and move on to face We're Cowboys Mallory. The loser of this, unfortunately, headed to the pit of misery. As we all know, not a single team has come back from a 3-0 deficit.
Not yet. Not yet.
Down, be the first team to mount the comeback. Are we sticking with the order, guys?
All us Cleveland Browns.
All right.
Housebound and down. We're not going to the pit of misery. Let's get our heads right.
Words
Just
of
call my
encouragement
name again
there.
because Brittany's keeps sticking for me. I can't see.
You lagged a few seconds behind again. I don't know.
Yeah,
You were totally
Yeah, I
fine.
can't. It keeps, the video keeps sticking.
All
Can't
right,
see it.
judges, are we good to go with the alcohol fill?
I am good with Worcester. Yes.
All right, Nelly says she's good as well. Let's see what we got. If Worcester closes this off with a clean sweep, or if Housebound and Down's got anything to say about it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Both leadoffs having a little trouble there, and both of them land at the same time. It is all tied up. Continue. Worcester now hitting those one and done.
Nice.
And Worcester steals the deal, a 4-0 sweep. They will move on to face Cowboys Mallory, and I'm sure with only 6 flips per average each round, they are going to improve drastically in our rankings and stat sheets by the time we hit the next round. On behalf of both teams, thank you guys so much for all your contributions and hard work in this charity tournament. Unfortunately, Housebound and Down is headed to the Bud Light Seltzer Pit of Misery. Dilly.
Sorry, Danielle.
Dilly.
Dilly.
Hey, love you guys. Thank you so much. It's good to see
you.
your faces.
Thanks for
Stay
having me,
safe.
guys.
Fun.
Stay safe. I can't wait to be out in the fields with you guys again. Oh,
I
man.
know, me too.
And while that final round took place, the New York Jets with the 11th overall pick picked up Mekhi Becton out of Louisville, an offensive tackle. Interesting pickup with a very depleted Jets team from last season. Curious to see how that goes. He was ranked the 2nd overall offensive tackle, but only the 12th overall pick. Definitely, they could have used some help in other positions. So curious to see what Jets fans are going to think of this one.
It's not a bad pick. I mean, Sam Darnold needs more protection, and Becton can open up some holes for Le'Veon Bell. So it's not a great pick, but it's a safe pick. They need somebody there to protect, Darnold and open up the running game a little bit. So he's a big boy, 6'7".
Can I see the judges that doubted Worcester drink, please, and then I'll leave?
Oh yeah. Hey, judges that doubted. Yeah, let's go, Nelly. Let's go, Waka Badaka. Let's see another drink there.
It looks like those drinks are being brought to you by our sponsor, Bud Light
Thank you.
Seltzer.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love it, Sean.
Cool. I missed the other round of drinks. Perfect.
I cannot go against Danielle. There's no way.
Captain from the Worcester Nightmares, Joe Rossi, still here, making his clear statement with his sign on his flip cup table. Free Kenny.
No, I feel like you get a bad shake. I mean, it's really just about like his form, right? So I mean, I don't know if you guys saw my performance tonight, but my performance was like way better than it has been.
You were great tonight. I even threw it on the chat.
It was good.
In the YouTube chat.
Yeah,
you're killing it. You were killing it.
I don't know what it is. Probably because I've been drinking scotch since 4 o'clock.
That usually helps.
I gotta say, no, I meant to mention to you guys or ask you guys. So for the Bill Belichick now Patriots, not the Tom Brady Patriots anymore. What do you think?
Joe Douglas is crying. I'm getting a drink.
Are they gonna trade as they usually do in like pure Bill Belichick fashion, or are they gonna make their pick?
Who knows?
Who knows? Belichick could use a few more picks though. He just got rid of his 4th rounder, or he got a 4th rounder.
He got a 4th rounder. He does.
He got a 4th rounder for Gronk. We'll see.
Definitely curious to see what former Colts quarterback ends up in New England.
I think it's a great sentiment, but I don't know if I would want that guy. Like, hey, let's bring back Peyton. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, is he want to come back and win a championship with Belichick? I don't know.
We're talking about Andrew Luck, buddy.
Maybe Belichick can work his magic on
Andrew's
Winston.
Dad needs some money right now. Got screwed over by Vince McMahon, so he needs a little bit of cash right now to support
Anybody
his
who
dad.
watches wrestling knows that's a work.
Las Vegas Raiders pick is in.
Raiders pick is in.
God, Raiders
Since
fans.
their government wants them to reopen all the stadiums right now.
I know, right? The Las Vegas Raiders will be ready to play from day one. Mayor wants everything opened up. Everything's going to be opened up and ready to go. I love it. I love it. You know what's really exciting about the new Vegas stadium? Is that Tampa Bay Gronkaneers will be visiting there this fall. Yes.
Oh yeah, we're totally going.
Yes.
I thought
Woo, woo, woo. And New England is also visiting the Chargers this year. Oh, it's great. I mean, both my favorite teams are going to be in driving distance. This is a phenomenal year. The year where fans won't even be allowed to go watch any damn games in the stadium is when they get to come into town. Son of a bitch.
Later, guys.
Take it easy.
What do we got next, Mr. Huss?
Oh man, we have our final elimination match of the evening between For Fox's Sake and Me So Corny.
Oh man, we haven't seen Me So Corny since like the first night of games.
It's been a hot sec.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them in a hot minute, but
Hopefully they're not too rusty here.
it's
Been
definitely
practicing.
to see who pulls this one off. The winner of this one, though, is not gonna have any time to rest, as they will go up against the original #1 seed in this tournament, Nipple City.
I think I've been there.
Can someone tell me how you change the name of people in Zoom?
If you go to your screen on your camera, there's like 3 little dots. Put your mouse on there. Click on the 3 little dots and then rename.
Ah, nice.
For those of
Okay,
you
thank you.
You're welcome.
We've got another cross-country rivalry as For Fox's Sake out of Washington takes on Me So Corny out of Connecticut.
This is so cool. Oh.
And while they're all joining the room here, Henry Ruggs III out of Alabama, wide receiver, and one of the most highly touted wide receivers at 5'11" and 188 pounds, is headed to Las Vegas. I almost said Oakland out of here.
And it's going to take a minute to get used to that.
Let's go, Raiders.
So typical of the Raiders to just pick the fastest guy on the draft board, even though I don't think he's the top receiver. I don't even think he's the third best receiver.
More interesting news right now, trading the 13th pick away, Indiana hands the clock over to the San Francisco 49ers, last year's runner-up for the national title.
Oh, we got to trade. Time for another drink, guys. Drink.
The Niners trading?
Niners trade up with Indianapolis.
Let's go.
So right now, the 49ers on the clock, trading up with Indy. As our teams get situated in the room, get their names. And this is going to be another close matchup statistically, with our currently 25 overall versus 29 overall. For Fox's Sake out of Washington versus Me So Corny in Connecticut.
Laura, what number are you?
Laura, you're 4. So am I able to move,
Rename your screen to Fox.
I think I was able to rename mine, but I wasn't able to rename anybody else's.
Everyone has to rename theirs.
We'll help you guys out. We'll help you guys out.
But let us know if you can't do it, and we can change
Oh
it.
yeah, okay. So everyone on Me So Corny, rename your screens to.
Laura, what number are you?
Is there 2 Lauras?
I don't think so.
There's somebody asking me. Somebody talking to me. I have no idea.
Oh, what number is Laura going?
Laura's gonna be 4.
Thank you.
And Katie, you're gonna be 5.
Got it.
And Chad, you're gonna be 3. And Drew is gonna be 1.
Oh, Henry Ruggs' mom crying. Time for a drink.
And Sarah Murray's gonna be 6.
I got to get my second can ready.
I got to go get a refill in a minute as well after this matchup.
What are you going to drink?
Strawberry flavored this time. We're going from black cherry to strawberry.
Are we missing a Me So Corny 1? Because I do not see one.
That should be Drew. Where's Drew?
Mostly, I'm just happy the Lions didn't draft it.
Where'd he go?
Where'd Drew go? Okay, we can make Sarah 1 then.
I think you're lagging a little bit.
Hold on.
Yeah, he was on a minute ago.
Yeah, he was on. I saw him on.
I have a quick question. If we have some serious lag on our side and we're in the same room, can we just be on one screen?
No.
Yeah, you can be on one screen. Just don't go back to back.
Okay.
Oh, there
And
he is.
It's better if you go on the same screen if you're
just
having
one.
lag connection issues, and then just make sure there's someone going in between you guys in the order to account for the overall lag.
Thank you.
So,
Let's turn this off.
yeah. As of right now, we're on different screens. Is that still okay, even though we're in the same room and we're back to back?
Yeah, that's fine as long as you're on.
Yeah, that's
separate.
fine. If you're on different screens in the same room, that's okay.
Is it working for Drew yet, or is he still having problems?
Oh, Drew's here.
Okay.
He is here, but he's frozen at the moment.
It's frozen.
Let it go.
That's not good.
Did someone say frozen?
Hold on.
Yeah, my internet's garbage.
All right, now he's not.
No, we can see
So who
now.
do you think San Francisco traded up for?
We're gonna find out. I mean, the clock
Go
is
wide receiver. I'm betting they're gonna go now that Jared Judy is available. They're gonna go for Judy or CeeDee Lamb. Probably
Jimmy G's trash. They're going for Justin Herbert, man.
Justin Herbert was already picked up by the Chargers.
Well, shit.
Wait a minute. Hey, Foxes, are you guys all Hawks bros?
Lions, baby. Lions.
The Lions. Oh man.
Yeah, I know exactly. this is literally our Super Bowl.
I know, right? Love it.
Maybe next year.
Hey, Drew, can you hear us?
He looks frozen.
He's frozen again. There he is.
Go ahead and fix and sure.
Yeah, I can, but
Okay.
Buccaneers now on the clock. San Francisco with their pick.
Do you want to rename your screen to MSC1?
I have no clue how to do
I got it.
that.
I got it.
Yes, we traded it. Thank God.
See anyone else, but I can hear you guys, so that's all I need.
You know what I think?
Down the back.
You know, I stand corrected, guys. I don't think San Francisco's going to pick a wide receiver because why would they jump ahead of Tampa unless there was somebody they really wanted?
Well, no, they just traded back. But so Niners acquired the 13th pick for DeForest Buckner, and they have 2 first-round picks and then no picks for the 5th round.
Oh, wait. And Tampa now has the 13th and 14th pick. Oh, wait. Hang on. We got to drink and catch up. Shit.
Tampa Bay making a trade and now going back to back.
Wow.
Got to change my background for this.
Oh my God! Is Tom Brady running this draft? What the hell?
I'm pretty sure he is.
No,
that means Tampa Bay is getting an offensive tackle and a wide receiver.
You're actually incorrect because they only switched places. So Tampa Bay moved to 13. San Francisco dropped down to 14. So they just flipped sides, not doing back-to-back picks. So that's technically 2 trades. Drink again, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God! What the hell is going on here?
What did they just trade away?
I know.
All
Well, that's
right.
really interesting. I mean, I don't think Tampa needs another wide receiver, and they were always scheduled to get a tackle. But,
Yeah,
you know,
well,
who
that
knows-
goes on.
Who knows what GM Tom Brady is deciding?
It could be Jason Licht, but all right, sure, why not? Well, that goes on. Let's get this matchup underway between Me So Corny and For Fox's Sake. The winner will be moving on to face Nipple City, the original #1 seed in this tournament, who has dropped surprisingly in the last round. The loser heads to the Bud Light Seltzer, our sponsor, Pit of Misery. Dilly. Let's see who can stick this one out. Judges, before we get it started, as tradition, let's go ahead with your picks. Nelly Diaz, Me So Corny versus For Fox's Sake. Who you got?
I'm gonna go for Fox's Sake in this round.
Woo!
Woo!
All right. Christian Waka Padaka, who do you have?
I want to go with Me So Corny because their name is awesome, but I think for Fox's Sake, last time I saw them play, they're pretty solid, so I'm gonna get them.
All right.
That's a tough one. I'm actually gonna go with Me So Corny.
All right.
Thanks for the love.
Saw, who do you have in this matchup?
You know what? I've seen the Foxes play all so many games already. I like their skill set, but you know what? Me So Corny really rhymes with how I'm feeling right now during quarantine. So I'm gonna stick with it.
Right.
I will drink to that one.
Go ahead and pick another one.
Last but not least, my pick. I think this is one of the most evenly matched matchups that we have.
It is.
But ultimately, just because they've been entertaining me like crazy, I'm going to go ahead and pick Me So Corny, as they like to put it every time.
Well, now the way you just said it, I'm totally not feeling the mood anymore. God dang it.
That is my job, to kill your mood at all times. Before we get this underway, Tampa Bay's selection is in. The Buccaneers trading for the 13th overall pick in this one, and they're going to pick up Tristan Wirfs.
Iowa boy, yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I had a
great pick. Great
Somebody
job.
from my favorite college team goes to my favorite football team.
Great pick, Tom. Way to protect your blind side. Now the right tackle is settled. I love it.
Now the 49ers are on the clock, and while they're on the clock, we are going to get this underway. Let's see who's moving on to face the Nipple City Nip Flips and who is headed to the pit of misery. Here we go. Make sure you have that line on your cup. Make sure you go ahead and fill it up. While you guys are doing that, Waka Padaka is going to handle the Me So Corny team. Nelly Diaz with For Fox's Sake, and Kevin and Saab backing them up in the replay booth. Judges, let me know when you are good to go.
Looking good.
Think I'm looking good. Yep.
All right. Well, then, without further ado, let's get our final elimination game underway for the night. Me So Corny, For Fox's Sake, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go, Connecticut.
Woo!
Come on, Drew.
A little bit of a struggle on both.
Yeah.
Both teams struggling there at the beginning. And
Me So
now,
Corny 2 with a 1 and done.
Oh, yeah, we're on the struggle bus.
All right, Chad.
Let's go. You got it.
Me So
You got
Corny,
this.
slight lead right now.
You got this. Come on, Katie.
Me So Corny.
So Corny.
Katie, I love you. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Well done.
Beautiful. Sorry.
So
I am
Corny,
so corny right now.
1-0 lead.
Oh, corny.
Shout out to Cooper and Andy, though, our fans.
Cooper and Andy.
Thanks,
Cooper and Andy.
Shout out to
Cooper and Andy,
Cooper and
thanks
his
for
backpack
watching.
full of sex toys. It's what keeps me in the game.
All right, guys, get those refills in as San Francisco is down to 5 minutes on the clock. Want to thank everybody while you guys are refilling, joining us on the YouTube Wakapalooza channel and the Club Waka Facebook page. Make sure you guys like and follow on both platforms. Comment along, talk some trash, cheer on your friends, crap all over your enemies. We encourage it here. Let's see what happens as we continue our last elimination game between Me So Corny and For Fox's Sake. Me So Corny right now up 1-0. Judges, are we good to go?
Good to go.
Looking
Then
good.
here we go
Oh, wait,
in
hold on.
5,
Sorry.
4,
Okay.
3. Wait, nope, sorry.
Wait, so we're gonna just keep going down the line with our numbers. So now number 2 is gonna be first and 6 will be last. Is that okay?
All right, so one is
Absolutely fine.
sitting out and it goes 2 through 6 for our judges.
Got it.
Here
Well
we
done.
go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
You got this, Mel. Let's go.
Great strategy to keep the opponent on their toes.
Here we
The
go.
offense.
He's starting off quick again.
Go, Brian.
Go, Chad.
There
Woo.
we go.
There we go.
You got this, Laura. Come on. Big flips, baby. Oh, yeah, there you go. There you
Let's
go.
go, Five.
Come on, Katie.
Yeah, right there. Let's go.
Corey closes it out here.
Yes, Sarah.
Done.
The Foxes able to close that one.
God dang it.
Foxes closed that one. It is tied up 1-1.
We'll close it out, Andrew.
Oh, man.
It's all good. It's all good.
You know, this tournament has put me on a Bud Light seltzer diet. Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so now Chad, you'll be first as number 3, and then Drew, you'll be last.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it's going to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 1.
Got it.
I like it. 3, 4, 5. All right. Me So Corny having Steve Aoki start off for them. That's great.
Ow.
Wow.
Sorry, buddy. Just had to.
All right. It is 1-1. Let's see who can pull the lead out right now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, Chad. Okay, you got this. Oh,
There we
yeah.
go.
Oh, yeah. Go, Laura.
As they keep flipping their order along. Still
Come on,
moving along
Katie.
here.
Let's go.
Come on, Katie. You got this. You got this.
Go.
There
we go. There we go. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, Sarah. Put that shit back.
One and
Go,
done.
Sarah, go,
Miso
Drew.
Corny
Woo!
finishes off.
Lock it down, me so corny.
Miso
Done, got it.
Corny.
Get the fox out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I like it. That's some good trash talk right there.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
I tried
Well
really
done.
hard on that.
Miso
Killed it, killed
Corny
it.
now up 2-1. Guys, go ahead.
Reload, guys. Refill. Let's go.
Okay, so now Laura, you're gonna be first. So we're gonna start with 4, 5, 6, 1, 2.
Thank you.
I like it.
We're gonna switch out. I'm gonna do Fox 5 for Fox 6.
Fox 5 for 5, 6. Okay.
Fox 5, Fox 6, swapping out. Okay.
All right, so Fox 6 becomes
Hey.
Fox 5.
Hey, Andrew, let Brian lead off.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 2.
So switching 1 and 2.
All right, and 1 and 2 are going to be flipped as well. So
I'm gonna go after Matt.
Got it.
And while they get that done, San Francisco still on the clock, surprisingly, with 1 minute left. Still not turning in their pick.
Good with that, Brian?
They're debating.
Yeah, I'm
between
good with it. Do we need to change our names?
CeeDee Lamb and
It's so Matt, I'm just going after you now.
Yeah. Yeah, correct.
Kristen. I can't seem to switch it. Can you switch it for
Oh
me?
yeah, Fox 1 and
Locking
2
up
are
on
switched.
me.
I got it.
I switched me.
And Fox
Nice.
Got it.
Fox 6 is now Fox 5. Fox 5 is Fox 6.
You want me to change that too?
Yes, please.
Oh man! Every time we keep saying Fox, I feel like I'm playing Call of Duty right now.
Got it.
I would have gone with Star Fox,
You
but
good, Molly?
that's just me.
Oh my god!
Barrel roll.
Sorry, Miso Corny.
That game was terrible.
4 is starting, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2 back to the start.
All right, Miso Corny flipping their order again, up 2-1. Let's see if they can hit for Fox 6 with another barrel roll and
Let's
hit
go,
the
Brian.
3-1. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, Laura.
Go!
Come on, Laura. You got this. You got this, baby.
Uh-oh.
You got this, Laura. Come on.
Oh, Miso Corny finally
Right.
getting there. Let's
Nice, nice. Let's go. Let's go.
One and done, and they are caught up here.
Nice.
Go.
Here we go, Rose.
Lands. We see it.
Sarah, no pressure, no pressure.
We're good. Dutch
Go,
angle
Joey.
got it.
Go, Drew.
There we go.
No.
I think he might have been frozen.
Oh yeah,
I think he got
Nice.
frozen. I think he froze there.
I did freeze there. Absolutely.
All
Were
right.
you flipping, Drew?
I was.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I didn't.
I was like, why are you just standing there?
Gang.
So there you go. It is. It was frozen, but it ends up costing them, and they are 2-2 tied up. Go ahead, get those refills in as we get this one underway.
Thanks a lot, Cox.
All right, so now we're gonna start with 5.
Got it.
So 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3.
I
Awesome.
lived in a first world country that had decent internet.
I just had to tell my
All right, so
roommate.
Katie, you're good.
Korea.
Yeah.
Guys, if you could go ahead and mute your TV in the background. I don't know who's got that on.
I don't know who's got the noisy background either, but I just heard them mention that Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch are on Zoom, so we are drinking.
Yeah.
At least they were on Zoom during prior to the draft night, it sounds like, when they were meeting. But tonight they're all, I think, on Microsoft Teams.
San Francisco with the 14th overall pick is Javon Kinlaw, defensive tackle out of South Carolina, headed to the Niners.
Boo.
Gonna be an interesting one there. See what the Niners. Kinlaw.
The defense
Well,
was really
they just love putting first round picks on that defensive line.
He was the number 2 overall ranked defensive tackle. So see what happens with that in this draft. As we got to move on here, 2-2. Let's see who can pull this one ahead. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go, Katie.
Come on, Katie. Come on, Katie. You got this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What I love to see. Come on. You got this. You got this, Sarah. Let's go. Big flips. Big flips.
Go, Drew. Woo.
Go, Drew.
Come on. Get
Rose.
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Boom.
Good.
Boom.
Yeah, they finished.
Just give us a couple of minutes.
Hey guys, sorry, we're running behind. If you just jumped on, can you give us 5 minutes and we'll just run 5 minutes behind?
Roger.
Thank you
So
guys.
jump off for 5.
Judges, who did you get for that round?
Me so corny.
Me so corny.
Round
Oh, baby.
3-2.
Drink up, Nelly.
One more, guys. One more.
All right, here we go, Foxes.
Denver on the clock with 6 minutes now for the number 50 pick in the first round. And me so
Damon,
corny
we're
up
on for 5 minutes. We're
3-2.
running 5 minutes behind.
All right, guys, refills are good to go.
All right, so Sarah, you'll start this one.
All right.
All right, sweet.
All right, I see flipping quarantine coming a little bit early. Guys, give us 5 minutes if you're just joining us so we can wrap up this matchup. 3-2, me so corny looking to finish off for Fox's sake and
Go, Fox.
move on to face Nipple City. Let's see if they can get it done right here. You guys have your order set, right?
Yes, let's go.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, Sarah. Come on, Sarah. You got this.
Sarah.
Come on.
Let's go. Let's go.
Nice. Go, Drew. You got
Go,
this.
Rick. Go, Rick.
Done. Got it. Yeah.
Melanie.
Done.
There we go. Go, Rick.
Come on, Chad.
Come on, let's
Got
close
this,
it
Chad.
out.
Yes. Let's go, Laura. Come on, baby. Come on.
Jimmy.
What are you doing?
Me so corny taking the round and moving on the face of the Nipple City Nip Clips. Unfortunately for Fox's sake, it is time to head to the Bud Light Seltzer Pit of Misery. We thank you guys so much for participating in the National Charity Flip Cup Tournament, but your time is up.
Good job, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Andrew,
guys.
thank you so much.
We will
guys,
see
man.
you guys soon.
See you guys.
Shout out to you guys. We love it.
Thank you guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, guys. We'll see you in the next round.
Oh, yeah, you
Well
will.
done. Well, look at that. Connecticut is still alive. The
Absolutely.
Connecticut B team still in there.
I love how Kevin says we're starting to fall behind on time 1 minute before we're supposed to be over.
Oh, we're fine.
Yeah.
You know, that's what happens when you do the elimination games. They take a little longer because the teams aren't, as good as those other teams.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yikes.
We're averaging double-digit flips in the elimination rounds.
We are.
Speaking of elimination rounds, that was the last of our elimination games for the night. Now, for the next 40 minutes, we have a highly anticipated side of the matchup on who's going to head to the semifinals. 3 out of the 4 teams coming straight out of Las Vegas. We're going to see pull this off as we're going to see Flipping Quarantine taking on Sick Flips coming up next.
Oh, the Vegas Stepchild versus San Diego.
Crazy.
Oh, I love
While
it.
we're waiting for those teams to join, I'm going to go get my Bud Light Seltzer refill in my cup.
Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Hey, San Diego. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
How do you feel about your former football
Judges.
team making a quarterback pick? Oh, Courtney, I'm sorry. You're Canadian. You watch hockey, right?
Yes.
You're like,
what's hockey?
football, what's that?
Yeah.
What's hockey? What is hockey?
I did grow up in Ohio, so there's
Cleveland fan.
Ohio State's big out there. It's college, but yeah.
What
Not
part of
a-
Ohio did you
Not a
grow up
Bengals
in?
or Browns fan.
No. All right. We're getting everybody worked in right now. Oh, the Broncos are getting ready to announce their pick. You know what? I am betting they are going to pick wide receiver because no wide receiver has been taken off the board.
No, that's the
John
judges.
Elway wants that offense to
These top 3 judges.
click. You know, and Drew Lock needs somebody to throw to. Well, they got Cortland Sutton already, who's a phenomenal wide receiver, but I think they're going to do really well to pick up either CeeDee Lamb or Jared Jeudy, and that's going to be an awesome offense for the Broncos, who have struggled for a while, and they need to get back into the postseason race. That pick is officially in, and we're waiting for Vegas to come back on and join us here. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, they took Judy.
Yeah.
Jared Jeudy from Alabama, wide receiver, my wide receiver in this draft. Drew Lock has got to be super happy. He's got great receivers to throw to now. This is going to be interesting. And the Broncos need to capitalize on their offense as soon as possible while they still have a really strong defense. Well done. Well done. Good pick. I like it. It's the first of like a bunch of wide receivers that are available.
If only they had the Jedi Kyle Orton still throwing out there.
Oh, man. Vegas, if you're watching, come back in the room. We're ready for you guys. Let's go.
There's Roy.
You all here? And guys, if you're just joining us, I know you're watching the draft probably, but make sure you mute your TVs or whatever noise in the background.
Keith, we know it's you.
Who? As the Atlanta Falcons are now on the clock, I'm sure we work off flips is definitely staring at this draft pick.
Yeah.
Obviously now Atlanta stuck in one of the hardest divisions in the NFL, having to go up against Drew Brees and Tom Brady as well.
Hey, McGrath, what number are you? We want to get you set up quick. Are you 1 again?
1.
1, okay.
No. Can you even see them?
You will. So, what do you think about that division now in the NFL?
Oh, the Tampa Bay division. I'm glad I get to see games against with Tom Brady versus Drew Brees. That's going to be fun to watch. You know, we deserve to see that. For sure, we deserve to see that.
I mean, the rest of the NFC South, you know, depending on what Carolina does in this draft, could end up not being too much of a slouch either. They just did sign Christian McCaffrey to a massive contract.
Oh, yeah. Definitely overpaid for him. He's a running back. You don't pay that much money for a running back.
Can't disagree there. And not last but not least, I know the jokes, but the Atlanta.
Are you the anchor or are you a 4? Katie, can you hear me? Are you 4 or 5? 5. Okay, thank you.
5.
We're going to try to catch up on this round here and get everybody situated ASAP.
While Sick Flips gets in here, as well as flipping.
All right, Cooper, you're number 4, right? Awesome.
Roy, you're upside down.
Appreciate you upgrading to a non-1970s camera this time.
Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. All right, Adam, here we go. Let's get it going.
Where is everybody?
I think we're still missing flipping quarantine members.
Nope. Got a ball.
All right, then. Welcome, everybody, again. We are missing the nameplate, though. Flipping quarantine.
We'll get to that.
Going to be taking on Sick Flips statistically right near each other in the 11 and 15 spot. Yeah. Flipping quarantine being treated almost like the redheaded stepchild of the 3 Vegas teams in this one. I know it's going to be a chip on Captain Damon Cross's shoulder going up against Sick Flips coming out of SoCal. Definitely interested to see what happens here. And Sick Flips, no secret, has some fans watching this one as Courtney's mom has made an appearance in the YouTube channel cheering on Sick Flips. Thanks, Courtney.
What? That is amazing.
Joining us.
Mom.
Courtney's
awesome.
mom, even better.
That's a good mom right there. That's a good mom right there.
Oh, man, I am going to behave and not tell any Courtney stories right now.
Yeah, careful.
Hold on, where did
we got the number set, guys?
Oh, Katie's got her mom in the flesh. Even better. This is a battle of moms. I love it.
The battle of moms. I love it.
I almost want to allow a 6-on-6 matchup with Courtney's mom logging on and facing off against Katie's mom. And a small child has taken over the frame.
What is going on? What position is that kid even in to be able to do that?
Bring on the baby.
All right, guys.
Radar.
Here we go. You know the drill. If you have your TV running in the background or phone, go ahead and mute that for me. Just so we don't have any interruptions during the game as the draft is loud, and we'll pick.
What number is Jen? What number is Jen?
And Mark. Yes, Courtney.
We're missing Radar.
And what number is Jen, by the way? Jen, what number are you going at?
I don't know. They told me last, and then last time they made up third.
Jen is either third or fourth, or no, it's got to be fourth because we already have a third. Courtney, can you confirm that Jen is fourth or Kedar is fourth?
Huh?
Kadar's 4.
Which one am I after?
I don't know what's
Okay, I got it. Done.
Got it.
All right.
So am I third or fourth?
Nice. Courtney's mom calling all the way in from Ohio. Even better.
Love it.
I love it.
Some cross country.
3 hours ahead. Thanks,
Love
Mom.
it.
10 o'clock at night watching.
Love it.
That's great. Watching her daughter, showcase all that talent.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make those marks on the bottom of the cups if you haven't done yet. If you already have, go ahead and fill it up. We are still on back to the winner's side of the bracket as Flipping Quarantine number 11 takes on Sick Flips number 15. Our two lowest seeded of the ones still on the winner's side of the bracket. Matchup as we have 3 out of 4 Vegas teams on one side of these semifinals. Let's see if we end up with an all Vegas semifinal or if Sick Flips has something to say about it.
I have 2 Sick Flips.
Sick Flips. Courtney, who is your anchor?
Keith. Even my video out.
All right,
Okay,
so
I'll
Jen
do
is 6. Okay, thank you. All right. And
I'll
shout
start
out
sending Bud Light
to
seltzers because he keeps losing.
Vanessa, who Courtney's sister is following along on Facebook. It's a whole family affair as well. Look at this.
Absolutely. Welcome to all the families and all of the friends joining us on YouTube at the Wakapalooza channel, as well as on Club Waka Facebook page. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, comment, talk some trash, cheer on your friends, crap on your enemies. We love it all as we're going over the Flip Cup tournament and the draft. Here we are in the quarterfinals, or Elite 8, if you will, as Flipping Quarantine takes on Sick Flips. How you guys feeling about your matchups today? Let's start with Nelly Diaz. Nelly, who do you have going into this one?
I mean, I'm going to go with Flipping Quarantine on this one. See how they do.
All right, Nelly taking Flipping Quarantine. And before we jump on to the rest of our judges' picks, AJ Terrell, cornerback from Clemson, is heading towards the Atlanta Falcons.
Good pick. Solid. They needed a corner.
Definitely.
Let's see how many pickoffs he's going to have against old man Brady during the season.
I mean, he probably could have gotten 30 himself with Winston.
Brady's going to burn his ass.
Waka Padaka, who do you have going into this one between Sick Flips and Flipping Quarantine?
I mean, I got to go with my boo Damon, Flipping Quarantine and his team. Got it.
You for Flipping Quarantine. Kevin Walkerson, who do you have in this matchup?
I think this is going to be a very, very good matchup. I'm pulling for Sick Flips.
Sick Flips throwing his way behind Callie. Mr. Sadow, who do you have when we go into this one?
Oh, no question. No question. I'm sticking with Sick Flips and my girl, Courtney.
Love you.
I got all the faith in them. And I love her mom and her sister that are watching. This is great.
Yeah, that's
Family
awesome.
first. Family first.
2-2 split between our judges as Dallas Cowboys are now on the clock with their first pick at number 17 in the first round. 5 minutes left on the clock. And now, last but not least, my pick for this one. I've said it all along. There's going to be one team that is playing with more of a chip on their shoulder than anyone else, being treated like those redheaded stepchild. I'm going to have to throw my weight behind Flipping Quarantine on this one. They're going to pull it off and make it a Vegas showdown
I love it.
Either BTOC or Balls Deep a little bit later on. Let's see what ends up happening as we get this show on the road. Waka Padaka, I'm going to have you watching Flipping Quarantine. Nelly, I'm going to have you watching Sick Flips. Kevin and Saw in the slow-mo replay booth, making sure everything is kosher. Judges, if you haven't verified yet, make sure that there is some liquid in those cups, and let's get this show on.
I saw the pours. We are good.
We're good to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, then, without further ado, let's get into it. Who's headed to the semis and who's headed to the downstairs bracket? We're going to find out in just a few short minutes. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go, Damon.
Quick one and done start for Flipping Quarantine.
Let's go, Sick Flips.
Go.
Come on, Brittany.
Katie.
Good.
Katie's cup flying all over the place.
Yes.
Ooh. Watch the replay.
Oh, we gotta watch the
We're gonna have
replay.
to head to the replay booth.
We gotta watch the replay already.
That's a replay booth worthy.
Oh, look at this. Katie is switching tables already, not trusting her kitchen countertop and switching to the dining table. Look at that. I don't know if that's going to be a good strategy to make a switch mid-game.
What's your Southern California team?
Oh, what do you have in that footage?
Wow, that definitely looks. Oh, that's close.
That's
oh,
I'd almost say that's
like
inconclusive
2 minutes.
at this point.
Yeah, go now.
I'd almost say that's inconclusive evidence right there.
Oh.
I'm trying to get this into the slow-mo. Here we go.
You guys watching?
Slow-mo replay of the last game.
At in real time because we're in a race.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Delay, well, we can control it too. So
They're reviewing the last flip. I think I'm on the speaker. So.
I don't know, guys. It looks like San Diego eked it out.
Woo.
All right, so
Oh, that was so close.
under the hood confirming San Diego ekes that one out, and Sick Flips will take the 1-0 lead. Go ahead and get those refills in if you haven't yet.
Wow, that was close as hell.
Ooh, God, that was
That
close.
was really close.
All right,
All right,
San
Katie's
Diego
switching
fans
the
going
table.
nuts
Let's
in the
see if
chat.
that works for her.
The San Diego fans going nuts in the chat right now, cheering on their squad. A lot of the SD Buzzed Bees joining us. Thanks, guys. For those who don't know them, they are the Kickball Open champions from our most recent Wakapalooza Scottsdale back in February.
All right, let's get it going. We're
All right, here we go. Round 2. Sick Flips up 1-0. Let's see if Flipping Quarantine can pull it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go, Damon.
well done, Court. Well done, Court.
One and done.
One and done.
Tied
Keep it
up
going.
again. Oh, one and done again. Who's going to
This is
do
crazy.
faster?
You're gonna get another
Bye.
perfect game.
Oh my God.
That
That's another one for the replay booth right there.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Damn it, Keith. You're so close to your ones.
So close. Very good. We are looking the reap. The feed is live right now. We are getting there. Oh man, that was close. 4 and 5.
So, I know who I have. Saw, let's confirm in our.
Oh yeah, San Diego. This was.
I don't agree with that choice. I don't think the cup was flush. If you go ahead and slow it down, his cup was not flush
Whoa.
when Flipping
All right,
Quarantine's cup was a flush finish.
I will contest that, but let's see.
The cup looked like it was at an angle to me when I slowed it down just now.
Kevin, are you watching this too? Let's double check. Let's get some.
Watching it again.
Yeah, hold on. I got
We're
it.
double checking, guys.
I'm on 30
First
seconds.
finished flush in a flip while
Oh,
his was still
man.
rocking on the thing. I think it was literally a quarter of an inch, but it was there and you could tell it landed.
The lag. It's the lag.
I will
I can't get this
agree
to
that
sync
Katie's
up.
cup landed flat, but did it land flat before
It looks like it to me. I'm
Oh
sitting.
no, I still think it's San Diego. Come on. All right, Kevin.
I don't know how to get this to work. Slow motion.
Fucking Cowboys got CeeDee Lamb.
Just drag it.
Yeah.
Adam, rewatch it. Drag it full screen and drag it, and you can see that San Diego's club stops just a split before Katie's does.
I'm watching here.
All right, I'm watching it again.
Me too.
All right, guys. Thanks for being patient. We want to get this right.
We're good.
That was close. God damn, that's 2 back-to-back games.
I got San Diego landing and stopping just ahead of the other one.
Yeah, San Diego had that one. Yeah, just barely.
All right, panel of judges is going to give it to San Diego. The commissioner does not agree.
No,
But that's why there's an odd number of us here. As Sick Flips is going to move up 2-0 here on Flipping Quarantine. Let's see if Flipping Quarantine can bounce back. Go ahead and get those refills in if you haven't yet.
Hey, BTOC, give us 5 minutes, okay? We're running a little over because these games are going down to the wire and we're watching a bunch of replays. So we'll see in a bit.
2-0 for Sick Flips and 2 replays going on. And just for those of you who are following us for the draft stuff as well, CeeDee Lamb headed from Oklahoma to Dallas as a wide receiver for Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. And the Miami Dolphins now on the clock for the second time in the first round. I'm sure we'll blow it again.
All right, here we go.
Balls
Hey, Brandy,
deep.
we're going to have you guys come back in 5 minutes,
A few
okay?
minutes behind. So
5 minutes. We'll have you back in 5 minutes.
We'll see you guys in a few minutes when this round is done. All right, 2-0 for Sick Flips. As we're balls deep. Thanks, guys, for being on
Just get
time.
it going. Just
Go
get it
ahead and
going.
log out, and we'll have you guys join back in a few minutes.
Oh,
Sick
there
Flips
was
up
a spill.
2-0. Let's see what goes down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
One and done.
Oh, Damon.
Come on. Yes, go.
Quarantine's got to pick up the pace and next up if they're going to pull this one out.
Captain Damon struggling over there.
Go, Aaron.
Aaron, nice job.
Oh, Katie.
Done.
And lands it. Almost caught back up, but unfortunately, they're not going to do it. 3-0 for
Josh,
Sick
Jen,
Flips.
give us 5 minutes. 5
Balls
minutes.
deep
Josh,
if you
Jen,
go,
we're
there you
doing five,
go.
okay? 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. So to come back.
Let's go.
Come
Let's
back
go.
in 5 minutes.
Lock it up.
5 minutes.
5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes.
5 minutes, guys. We're in overtime.
Adam.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh,
If
good.
they bump in when we've started, let's just reset that match because I got thrown off because McGrath's screen switched all up. I don't have him pinned. So if for either team, if someone bumps in from the next matchup, just call that one.
Judges, you cool with that?
We are absolutely okay with that if that's how they were relying on it.
We
That is
midway through the
absolutely
screen
fine.
switch and I had to like find where 5 was. So yeah, I'm okay with that.
All
I'm
right,
okay with
then.
that.
It is 3-0 for Sick Flips. Are they going to sweep Flipping Quarantine on a Cinderella story out of this tournament and into the loser bracket? Or is Flipping Quarantine going to pull the insurmountable comeback out of 3-0 deficit and take 4 straight? Get those
guys.
and judges, are you good to go with your cups?
Yes, we are.
Then here we go. Let's see what happens if there's a clean sweep. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Damon.
Quick one and done there. Flipping Quarantine going to have to keep pace. One and done again for both. It is neck and
Man,
neck.
we're going to go to another photo finish.
Katie, oh no.
Flipping Quarantine.
Quarantine gets it.
Quarantine, guys.
My bad. And
All right, let's reload quick, guys. My turn to drink. Reload quick.
We get to finally drink this round?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, let's get it
Thank you.
going. Let's get it
Get
going.
those refills in quick.
Thank you.
Great job, Tig.
Miami at the 18th pick has 3.5 minutes to make their pick as well. While we get this show on the road, it is 3-1. Flipping Quarantine fighting for life right now. Hopkins, still need a couple minutes. Watch live feed. Thank you, buddy. And here we go. Judges, you good to go on your cups?
Good to go.
Then let's get the show on the road. Flipping Quarantine looking to fend off stick flips and elimination in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Uh-oh.
Damon.
All right, there it goes. Let's see if Flipping Quarantine can keep the motion going. Got about a cup of lead now as they head to number 4.
Okay.
Let's see if it's another one and done finish here.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice job, guys. That was a solid round for Flipping Quarantine.
Wow, Flipping Quarantine. Well done that round. I got to drink again.
Just so you know, we haven't had a team come back from a 3-0 deficit and tie it up.
Still, guys,
Can
let's
this
go.
be the miracle of miracles?
Be the first one.
Trying to pull a Joe Buck. It's your drink.
Sorry, guys.
Trying to pull a Joe Buck.
Good to go.
All right, let's get it, guys.
Let's do it.
As the cups get refilled, Miami's pick is in. Let's see who they end up taking in the next couple minutes.
Someone's coming on.
And Balls Deep members continue to join us. Guys, go ahead and watch the live feed.
Jennifer, watch the live feed. You'll see when we're ready.
I'm going to go ahead and enable the waiting room for now.
Yes.
Good idea. Thank you.
Watch
Kevin
the live
Augustin.
feed and you'll know when you can come on in.
Not ready for you yet, Jen.
Okay.
Watch the live feed, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Here we go. All right, let's go, Adam.
All right, here we go. Judges, are you good to go with your refills?
Yes.
Then here we go. Can Flipping Quarantine come back from 0 and tie this up right now? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. One and done again. Oh, another one and done.
One and done.
And another one and done. Can Flipping Quarantine make this a perfect game?
Oh, Brittany's got.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, let's see who gets down to the wire.
Tied up.
We are going to game 7. Oh my God.
Down 3 games, back to tie. That is amazing.
So while we always talk about teams not coming back from a 3-0 deficit to win, we haven't even had one come back to tie it. And it is all tied up 3-3 going into an elimination matchup right now. Flipping Quarantine and Sick Flips. Who is going to move on? Get those refills in.
Come on, Sick Flips. This is not the time to pull a San Diego Chargers right now.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
The audience is anticipating this one. Both teams, the levels are high. Let's see who's moving on and who's headed down to the loser side of the bracket. Here we go in 5.
This is
4,
it.
3, 2, 1, go.
First game 7 of the night. Here we go.
2 rough starts.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Quarantine
Nerves are in this round. You can
We are
definitely
neck and neck.
What a nice one.
Another one and done. Another one and done.
Oh no.
Oh my.
First comeback ever.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen at home.
God.
Never
Been done in the history of the national
First time ever in the history of Flip Cup tournament. 3-0 deficit has been erased as Flipping Quarantine pulls an absolute upset and takes down Sick Flips, setting up in all Vegas semifinals, depending on who wins between BTOC and Balls Deep, who are coming in next. Thank you all for joining us on the live feed. Stick around for another impressive matchup. I don't even know how to wrap my head around
Courtney,
that.
we're talking later. We're gonna have a conversation later, Courtney. Oh my God. Wow. I've never seen.
Great job, team.
What a match. What a game. Oh my God.
I like being the red-headed stepchild.
McGrath, what did you do? What did you do, McGrath?
While Soft flips our title card to our final matchup of the night, BTOC versus Balls Deep.
Hi, BFF.
And BTOC and Balls Deep join us. Judges, what did you think of that? The first ever comeback from a 0 deficit.
That was intense. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, woo.
Oh my God, balls deep. Thank you so much for waiting. We had a game go to game 7. 2 games go into the replay booth, and this was a Vegas came down from 3-0 to catch up and win.
Whoa, whoa.
Don't know what that was.
All right, whose camera is that? Who's got music in their background?
Hopkins.
Hopkins, I muted him.
We're gonna mute you if you got music going on in there.
We can't have a dance party, Flip Cup?
We can.
I mean, we had to wait 10 minutes. I say we got a dance party.
We actually can't because any of the music playing in the background has the rights owned by somebody else. And Facebook
Touche. Touche.
Facebook will
Okay.
piss off the feed.
If you could mute your music, TV,
Fair enough.
whatever you're doing. And Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock right now as the Dolphins pick up Austin Jackson, offensive tackle out of USC, to protect Tua. Let's see if that ends up paying off for them.
I'm not sure that's going to work out too well for them.
I don't either. But
Kevin Gilbreth, I want you to look at me in my eyes right now because I got something for you. It's called the virtual ice, bitch. Get it?
Oh, criminy. Can we just actually mute him? That'd be rad.
Our last matchup of the night proves to be an exciting one. This is Vegas versus Vegas.
I've never known Hopkins to have a mute button, so this is all great.
You know, it was interesting that last round. We had Aaron and Courtney in that match, and I did not see Darnell in the chat pitching at all. Where did Darnell go? Is he alive? Someone put out an APB on Darnell, please. Darnell Jones, where are you at?
It's not necessary. It's totally fine.
Can you guys update your names, please?
I love that Nelly went from the field to the booth.
She's our guest booth today, giving her perspective from being one of the worst teams in the entire
Hey, but with the most heart though. Come on.
Hey.
Hi, Nelly. I miss you.
Okay.
Minnie, why did you play Ross from Alex?
One and done.
Change your name.
Alex is upstairs. I'm downstairs. We're house divided right now.
Yeah, I know, but you could get some live competition up there.
Yeah, she's
I'm
scared.
not trying. I'm number. Oh, Alex. I don't even want. Nope. It's not a scared thing. He's number 2. I'm number 4.
Hopkins,
It's a
what number is
timing
Jen?
thing.
Jen is going 3rd for you guys.
Brandy, can you not hear us? Brandy, you can't. Brandy.
What?
Brandy's
Change your name.
right? Brandy's
Please, B5, please.
Tim, I love your little pyramid again.
I got to fix. Brandy, I got
Everybody
you.
should bow down to the sponsor. You know.
Jen, can you
Fun.
re-switch your camera so we can see your cup and your table? We cannot see your cup or your table, please.
Oh, the other Jen.
Other Jen.
Right?
No,
She
I was
is,
like, what are you talking about? It's right here.
she is and she's not playing until we rotate her in, okay?
all right, she's balls
Celebrity.
deep 6. Got it. Perfect.
Celebrity pick.
All right, this is it. We got it.
All right, welcome everybody joining us as we have an all Vegas matchup. The Las Vegas Raiders are getting their pick here at 19. They are announcing
Took a cornerback.
whoever's
How many
got the
devices
echo,
do you have
got-
running?
Echo. There's an echo.
Somebody.
Yeah, someone's got multiple devices.
Who's in the same room with another one?
It's balls deep 6, Jen. She's got 2 cameras.
Got it. Muted. All right, we're good.
All right, we are good to go. Everybody is set with their numbers, and the Las Vegas Raiders end up taking Damon Arnett out of Ohio State, another cornerback.
I'm shocked they picked corner instead of a receiver.
Definitely an interesting choice. Hopefully,
They went receiver in the first pick.
Yeah, they got Ruggs on the first pick.
Oh, that's right. They did get Ruggs. That's right.
Yeah.
So here we are on YouTube and Facebook. We are live on both on the 12 Waka channel on Facebook and the Wakapalooza channel on YouTube, as we have a highly anticipated 3 versus 5 matchup, both coming out of Vegas as Balls Deep takes on BTOC. This is going to be interesting as the winner will move on to face off against fellow Vegas team Flipping Quarantine, who just pulled the first ever 3-0 deficit comeback to win 4 straight games and go 4-3 over stick flips out of SoCal. Now, judges, we've seen both of these teams crushing it during this tournament. Special guest judge Nelly Diaz, who do you have in our final matchup of the evening?
How deep?
Balls deep.
Vomit.
All right, Waka Padaka, who you throwing your weight behind in this one? You are on mute. We cannot.
She is muted.
Still muted.
Sorry about that. Oh, obviously because of Hopkins drinking Grey Goose, I'm going with balls deep.
Is it though?
His downfall.
I got Kirkland.
This is going to be a very, very close matchup. I don't really know who I'm going to choose, but I know the team that flips the fastest is going to win. So let's go. I'm going to put my money on BTOC.
BTOC getting their weight behind. Sadao, our final judge for the night. Who do you have going into it?
Oh man, this is tough. I love both teams, and this is going to be tough. But because Darnell's just talking shit all day, so I'm just going to stick with balls deep with my team, so I can still talk shit with Darnell.
Yeah.
Anybody who's rooting for.
Right, and last but not least, my pick for this one, the commissioner's pick, if you will. A lot of love for both of these teams, full of great flippers and better friends. But overall, the one advantage I think that one of these teams has is having somebody who is fun size. So I'm going to throw my weight behind BTOC to take the upset and take this home. Either way, I agree.
Wait, how is this an upset? We came in ranked 8. How is this an upset?
Hey, you ain't played nobody over rank 20, bro. Sit your ass down and take your whooping.
Wow, a lot of trash talk.
If we're ranked 8.
A lot of trash
But we're
talk.
currently ranked 5.
It's the re-rankings, Kevin. This is number 3 versus number 5. And balls deep.
Re-rankings. Get out of here.
We've been reseeded. It's fine.
Coming in heavy favorited from our judges, but going to agree that this is going to be a close matchup.
But thank you, Adam.
Guys, go ahead and make that line if you haven't made it on your cup yet and fill it with whatever you'd like. I suggest filling it with our sponsor, Bud Light Seltzer. As we have our final matchup of the evening, BTOC versus Balls Deep, almost identical in statistical averages, flips, and everything else. BTOC at the slight disadvantage at about 1 average flip per game higher than Balls Deep. Let's see if they can tighten it up and get these one and dones in as much as possible. Waka Padaka, I'm going to have you watching the BTOC squad. Nelly Diaz watching the Balls Deep squad. Hopefully no collusion there, or we might have another CNN report.
I was just going to say, man, you really did that ass backwards.
Yeah, she...
As Kevin and Sa handle all of our replay and double the sets of eyes on this matchup. Judges, are we ready and all good to go on our cup fills?
Ready.
Good.
Then without further ado, let's get to our feature final matchup of the night. Balls Deep versus BTOC, a 3 versus 5. The winner moving on to face Flipping Quarantine in the semifinals. The loser still has a chance at it, but they are going to have a harder road ahead in the losers bracket. Let's get this show on the road in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Ow.
Couple twofers.
What?
Oh.
Just slightly ahead.
Oh.
He nails it. And BTOC. BTOC takes the first round. Everybody who put their money on Balls Deep, drink.
Is it too late to change my allegiances?
Yes.
You just got to fill out the official bandwagon fan petition.
Yeah, exactly.
I did. I already filled out my Tampa Bay Buccaneers
We're taking
one.
transfers.
I think he already has that form pre-filled.
Yeah, I did that for my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So
Gronkaneers, get it right.
Gronkaneers, yes.
Hi, Randy.
Kevin Walkerson.
Hi, Jen.
What did you think of that first round?
Very, very close. If the teams just get their one and dones, it'll be much faster. There are a couple twos there, a couple threes there.
You know, it's not
very
in
close.
the stats, but BTOC does have a significant advantage with Jillian, given that the distance between the cup and her mouth is the shortest distance.
It's the shortest distance. That's fair. Hey, but a lot of people are sitting. No. A lot of people are sitting for this champion. Come on. They're
All
sitting.
right. Captain Dave Hopkins, are we sticking with the lineup we got now?
Lineup, let's roll.
All right. He's got confidence. Let's see what goes down here. 1-0 BTOC.
Hey, David, real quick, Hopkins, adjust your camera down just a little bit more because we can barely see if that cup gets pushed too far. All right, perfect. That's good. Yeah.
Here we go, guys. Round 2 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Both cups are quick and both flips are one and done.
One and done, both sides.
Oh, both flips one and done again.
One and done.
Another one and done.
One and done.
Oh,
come on, Ballsy.
done.
Oh, Steve.
Deep.
Let's go. Can't be that easy, son.
All right.
Brother, let's get it.
No lost love between these two teams. I love it.
Let's go, man. Let's just drink some little.
Thank you. Thank you.
So balls deep right now, up.
All right, guys, good job.
Thank you, Randy.
The tie game. Up. All right. Are we sticking with the same lineup, David? Are we making a
shit? Let's roll.
All right. Keeping
Ooh,
the
I like it.
lineup again. Confidence in his starters. Here we go, guys. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Ow.
Another one and done set.
What a quick start.
Great.
Another one and done. Let's see if Jillian Mini meets fun size.
Oh, sneaking ahead.
Oh, we gotta watch the replay on that.
Replay booth.
I got it.
Replay booth.
Oh my God.
Ball D, her comes on the table for Kevin. Make the booth.
Watching it right now. Oh man, that was close.
Definitely Randy.
Definitely Randy. We all seen that shit.
Watching it right now. Oh, dude. All right. I'm watching on instant replay and it looks like it is Kevin.
Yeah, BTO.
Let's go.
More time.
It out. Wow.
Very
close. My God.
Yep.
I have
That's
Kevin
what
as well.
All right, judges. Sounds like you all have confirmed BTOC takes the round and goes up 2-1 on Balls Deep. Let's see if Balls Deep responds. Judges, let me know when you're good to go with your refills. And while those refills are getting in, Pavan Chassain from Chassian, I'm butchering that name, from LSU, defensive end, headed to Jacksonville.
You know, not to jinx myself, but it was really good that the Raiders picked a cornerback. I thought they might pick a backup quarterback, but that means that there's a good chance that Love may fall all the way to New England because Vikings won't pick a quarterback. The Eagles won't pick a quarterback. Maybe Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know if they're going to pick another one up right now, but if not, that means New England's going to get a chance to get Jordan Love.
Well, you only have the Eagles and the Vikings in between you guys in your first pick. And they Love, but it could go Jalen Hurts. You never know.
Yeah.
No Jalen Hurts. No.
All right, judges, are you good to go with your refills?
Pick up.
All right, BTOC up 2-1. Let's see if Balls Deep can answer back again. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Another one and done for both teams. Another one and done for BTOC. Keep it moving.
Oh, three spots strong on both sides.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. It's going to be up to the floor.
Go, Kev!
Go!
Kevin nails it. it one and done.
Oh, it is
That's Kevin.
BTOC. Wow, just barely.
3-1 lead.
Way to pick me up, guys.
Half a cup as BTOC moves 3-1.
All right, who wants to say? Who feel right? Everybody good? You want to switch in, Jen? Hey, talking to you. You want to switch in, Jen? Hello?
I mean, I'm good. I was 2 one and dones.
Alex, you good?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Ooh, echo.
Echo.
We're good, guys. All right, get those refills in. It sounds like Hopkins sticking with his lineup and trusting it. Down 3-1 right now. Let's see if balls deep.
Focus, goes together.
Thank you.
Ain't about shit.
Judges, let me know when you are good to go.
Good to
Good to go.
And here we go without further ado. Can BTOC finish this off, or does Balls Deep
Come
gonna
on,
have
Balls
something
Deep.
to say about it? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
BTOC off to a fast start.
Done.
BTOC way behind right
Deep
now.
with one and done.
Balls Deep might cruise to this.
Balls Deep.
There you go.
Deep with a perfect
Balls
game.
Deep, good round.
All right, shake it off.
One
Let's
and
shake
done
it off.
all
It's
the way
3-2. Let's shake it off.
All right,
It's
let's
3-2.
go.
Let's get
Let's
this
go.
one
Let's go.
flip.
Let's go.
All right, Balls Deep now picks up one, but they're still down 3-2. To win
Thank
2
you.
more in a row to finish this off.
I
Hey,
like
John,
that
take your
focus.
time. Get this done.
Their
Al, same
backs against
thing.
the
Tim,
wall,
let's
they
go.
pull a perfect one and done all the way through.
BTOC not going to go quietly.
Make them be perfect to beat us.
Judges, let me know when you are good to
Ready
go.
to go.
Another good one, guys.
All
Wow.
right, then here we go. Judges are good. Teams are good. It is 3-2 BTOC. Let's see if Balls Deep can tie this one up, or if BTOC can put the nail in the coffin of Balls Deep. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. One and done from both teams.
Ooh.
And another one and done. BTOC. Balls Deep tied up. One and done.
Oh, no,
Jillian.
Balls Deep falling behind.
Balls Deep with
Jillian,
the
you need to
struggle.
catch a
Sorry,
little bit.
guys. Oh, Kev,
Oh,
go.
Jillian giving us some room. Let's go. Oh, no.
Kevin
Oh,
Watts
Got it.
Oh, no.
Gilreath.
Just
BTOC finishes it off. BTOC finishes it off 4-2 over Balls Deep. Balls Deep is going to head down
Thanks for picking me up, Kev.
side of the bracket. BTOC going to move on to face Damon Cross and Flipping Quarantine as
Are you still picking them to win it all?
Balls.
Great job,
Hey, way to pick me up,
Are you still
Kevin.
picking them to win
Keep
it all?
talking. Let's keep talking. Hey.
How we doing, Saw? What's going on?
Wow, you guys did so good. Jillian, you gave them every chance to win.
I sure did. I did. You're not lying.
Kevin, I'm
We're gonna
telling
get her
you,
a
man,
booster
you
step
gotta-
next time.
You got to clean up that 4 spot if you guys want to make it all the way through. That was dangerous.
We have all the faith in the world in Jill.
And for
Hey,
anybody,
Rick, good job, buddy.
Guys.
Yo, you keep doing you.
I love you.
counting
Fun. We love
along,
having you guys play.
I'm gonna pick up all the Ball D people. We're gonna go beat up Ball D3. I'm dancing with you, Josh.
All
Hey,
right,
where's
for all of you following along at home, that bitch Carol Baskin apparently
Carol Baskin.
of the Ball Deep loss, and BTOC takes the victory. For all of you also following along at home, that makes yours truly the commissioner 7-0 in his picks tonight for who was going to take the victory. So mark my words, if I pick you, you're going to be putting up numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to see these instant replays, though. I'm just saying.
Hey, good job tonight, you guys.
Good job, Hopkins. Good job, Brent.
Guys,
Good job, guys.
Good job. Take care, everyone.
wow, those are some
Thank you,
close
BTOC,
matchups
for
to
joining
end
us.
tonight.
To round that out, judges, what did you think of that finish? Oh my.
That was insane. That was
Seriously, I mean, that's definitely next level for you, huh, Nelly?
Stop.
I'm gonna keep throwing the
That was
shit.
definitely a great last
You know
match.
what? And I'm sorry. I don't mean to knock on you. Like I said, I think you're really good. You should have had Sam watch some game tape so she knows how this game is actually played.
Wow.
You know, the object is not to have the cup do 8 somersaults before it touches the table.
I'm not going to argue with that one bit. I agree 100%. There was a couple people that had the cup flip multiple times. So
You know, let her know I will offer her my private training tutoring services when I head out to Albuquerque. I'll show her how to flip things properly.
And joining us for our after show, we have Commander-in-Chief as well as the First Lady of Balls Deep, Hopkins, sticking around with his anchor, Brandy. Guys,
what happened there?
What happened? Dude, that shit was close as fuck.
Hopkins, your number 2 was just not on it tonight. He was just like blah 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 blah.
Our 2 and then our 3 stumbled again. I had Jim waiting in the wings, but I don't want my team to think I don't trust them, so I don't like rotating people out. I want you to know that you have my confidence when you flip. So I kind of wanted to go with the team that brought us to this point. So that's why I stood with my team. As you've seen, we did kind of rumble back, and that shit was hella close to the end. Other than that, at least it's another Vegas team. So for me, it's still a win. It's coming back to my hometown. Other than that, though, I brought my little nipple from Nipple City. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. That was my little trophy to myself over that one. So I guess we move to the losers bracket, and we just go over there and then dominate over there until we see you guys again in the championship, I guess. That's an open ask for.
David, you don't have to confirm the rumors, but there is speculation in the Flip Cup world that you guys lost on purpose in order to play more games to increase your brand. Because playing in the losers bracket means more televised matches of Balls Deep. So
you get information from people close to me. Because yes, that was talked about my team, and we did want to bait out Kevin to make him feel special, a little more special than he already is. So we wanted to make him feel that he had to play 10 feet away from the table and run up to the table to flip. So I did see he had on flip flops tonight. So maybe that made his speed a little quicker. I'll give it to him. But we definitely wanted to ease this out and make this a longer brand push for myself. I'm only disappointed in my friend Nelly over here because if she would have picked the right name for her team, Balls Deep, New Mexico or Phoenix, I believe she would have went a little further. I still love her and all, but yeah, you can look down at I'm you in the corner. I'm looking at you too. I believe that they went a little further. Other than that, I think that everybody's been doing a great job. Look at that marketing.
Yeah.
From that, though, I believe that this has been a very fun event for a lot of people across the country, and I hope you guys continue to do this as long as we are on quarantine, or actually even after we're done. This might be the new way to go for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's fun being able to play teams from all over the country and getting friends and people to meet. I've certainly made a bunch of new friends across the country. It's fun. I think it was great to get a chance to showcase some of the East Coast teams that haven't been able to be featured in some of the West Coast events that we do. So, you know what? It's all about bringing people together. And, at worst, if this tournament does is bring everybody together, I think that's a big win for Club Waka. I think that's a big win for our community. And we're excited that you're a part of it, man.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that. I mean, obviously, with all this social distancing and stuff like that, we obviously want to keep contact with our friends across the country. So this has been a great platform, and I can't thank the people at Zoom enough for making such a great program that's made this happen for us. Just saying.
For everybody listening, he said Zoom. Grab your drinks and let's go.
Great time.
Let's go.
That one time I was on Zoom and I sat around and I talked about when we was on Zoom because I didn't know we were really on Zoom until you guys turned off the Zoom. I just really didn't know if we were Zooming or not.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my God. Hey, Saw, your boys gave up their pick. Did you see that?
Yeah, they're like, we don't need Jordan Love. We don't pick quarterbacks in the first round. We pick quarterbacks in the 6th round.
So though he was slightly muffled, you heard Captain Dave Hopkins wanting to go zoom in your boom boom.
You indeed. I like to keep it balls deep.
All right, Kevin Walkerson, give us a little bit of your analysis of the evening. What did you think of our matchups tonight?
We had a lot of really, really good matchups tonight. I think the one that stands out the most was the comeback from being down 3-0 to win 4-3. That for sure was probably the best match of the night, I would say.
Absolutely. We have not seen a single team even tie it up coming back from a 3-0 deficit and flipping quarantine, going 4 straight to close it out and move on. They are going to face off against BTOC in the semifinals. Definitely going to be a great matchup, but even crazier. And honestly, where I think the eventual winner of this tournament is going to be
1942.
Can you pass that this
I'm
way?
pissed that I lost the most out of all the judges tonight. So,
oh
shit, that's too much.
Oh, don't worry, we'll make it up, bro.
That's too much.
No. Can't pour that back in there. You drink that. You drink.
Do you
that.
see how much
Pour it, you
tequila
drink
is in
it.
here?
No, pour it on your computer.
Take it, Sa.
As I was saying, the eventual champion, I believe, coming out of the other side of the bracket, where we have We Work Off Flips continuing their amazing competition, going into the semifinals against the heavily favorited and speed demons known as the Apocalypse. I think the eventual winner of this tournament is going to come out of that side of the bracket, but I'm definitely curious to see if Vegas has an answer to either side of that.
Is that like half a cup?
Oh my god. Okay.
Baseball tequila.
For those of you following along for the NFL analysis, we ended up having Jalen Rigor of TCU, wide receiver, headed to the Eagles. And the Vikings, I believe, just announced their pick as the Patriots. Saw's team hits the clock.
I'm calling in sick.
You work from home.
I was going to say.
You never call in sick. You just sleep at the computer next to you. When you roll over, you keep the screensaver from going on.
The Vikings picking up Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, the LSU wide receiver, headed to Minnesota.
What? I only have mango. No, I got strawberry. Oh my god, I need to chase.
Does that count as him knocking down his pile?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
He took down the pile.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
He's struggling.
This is all being recorded. This might be the first time we get Saw to
too
throw
much
up.
tequila. I mean, I love 1942, but that was way too much.
This 1942 brought to you by CK1, DJ CK1, a staple in the Club Walker community. If you find him DJing, you'll find him with one of those bottles.
Oh, chasing it with Bud Light Seltzer. That's different.
Perhaps David Hopkins, captains of Balls Deep, can give you something to settle your stomach as the oregano aroma hits the air over there in Vegas.
This is my Gandalf the Great.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Man, I'm telling you, you got to eat your spinach, bro. Obviously, it didn't help me tonight, though. I brought the rally dick. I bought the damn.
Ooh, it's like we have a trade. LA Chargers traded Patriots for the 23rd spot.
Absolutely. The Chargers trade Patriots for the number 23 pick. And captain of Balls Deep, Dave Hopkins, trades Anthony Frenchek in Florida for the rights to rally dick.
Titty slap, titty slap, titty slap.
Uh-oh.
Surf it out.
We have a special guest.
We have a special guest, Kevin Gilreath, joining us for the post show from BTOC after he shuts down Balls Deep in a 4-2 win. Captain Kevin Gilreath headed to the semifinals. Kevin, give us a review of what you thought of your matchup against Dave Hopkins and the Balls Deep squad.
Well, normally you go to the winning team for the after game presser. So I figured out that.
Nobody likes you.
Well, I thought Dave would leave, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So I was waiting for my time to I had to hit the locker room, and get to talk to him, and then come back out and do the post show.
From your flip flops, what'd you say?
I'm not wearing flip flops, bro. Listen, okay, so we played them. Listen, their team was really good. The team I have in my window, I only have agility lined up and then the little side brandy. So that way I knew where they were at terms of their fourth. I mean, that's why I didn't flip a couple.
I don't know about you guys, but I can't hear what Kevin is saying at all.
Kevin, we're having an audio problem.
my real mic and shit, or somebody's dick's in his mouth. Get this dude out of here, bro.
Kevin, we're having an audio problem with you. I don't know if your headphones are low on battery, maybe.
Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you clearly.
All right. So I was saying that in my window.
Who muted him?
Who muted him?
Kevin, you're good now.
You're good.
Got Sprint or AT&T?
You have Randy in the corner.
Can't hear you, bro.
I usually have Brandy in the corner window so that way I can see what she's doing, because that's why I didn't flip a couple times, because Brandy's just so quick. So if I saw that it got to Jen and then got to Brandy, I knew that it was already a little too late. But the times that I was able to get it done, I looked over, Brandy didn't have her cup up yet, which I knew that I was going to be able to get it done. When we got down to that instant replay, the reason I was sure that I had it was because in my look, I had the cup down and Brandy's cup was still coming over. So I figured that when you guys got the replay, even with lag, I should still have it. It was a good playing balls deep, man. They were highly ranked in not coming into the tournament, but as the tournament went on. And I look forward to playing Damon's team next. I was watching the live feed and I saw Dave just chatting away, so I figured I'd get back on and just have some sportsmanship, something he don't know nothing about.
Oh, no, we weren't talking about you. I won't waste my breath with that. We were talking about shit that matters. So I'm glad you did come back.
No, before that. Stuff that matters.
It's all right. You might learn something. How to ice somebody. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Why is he so
Get off AOL internet, homie. That's all I'm going to say to you. Have a good night.
Get out of here.
All right. Good to hear from both of our most recent combatants from BTOC and Balls Deep. Sa, let's go with your analysis of the matches. What did you think of today's matchups?
A lot of really good games, and as advertised, we are seeing our competition get much more intense, and players are figuring it out. They're studying the stats. Everybody's goal is to try to get under 10 total flips together. So, and we saw some upsets tonight. Like we had some teams that won that we wouldn't expect, and then of course we saw a miraculous comeback. It just goes to show that anybody can win. Anybody can come from anywhere and have a chance to make an effort. I mean, even Apoca Flips, they gave up a game today.
They did.
So
they did. First game that they dropped.
This whole tournament is still up in the air. Just because you're ranked high right now, it just takes one bad day, one bad bounce. It could change the outcome of the game tremendously. So I encourage all the teams still participating to continue to practice, work on your game, find out, what setup works best for you and stick to it. And, and then again, I love all the banter between the teams. It's great to see people connecting all across the country. That's fun. And of course, my offer still stands. If anybody needs to work on their Flip Cup game, Samantha, I'm happy to spend some one-on-one time training you guys and making sure your game is better for the future.
Bold moves and strategies there from all of our teams today. We're heading into the semifinals where we're going to see We Work Off Flips take on Apoca Flips and BTOC going against the Miracle Comeback from Flipping Quarantine. Real quick, let's go around the room. Nelly, who do you have that you think are going to win the two semifinal matches and head into the finals?
Ooh, watching Balls Deep through this whole thing, it was like one and done the whole time, and tonight they struggled, but a lot of teams struggled the whole time. So I feel I don't even know. I don't know. A lot of teams struggled tonight that they have never struggled before. I don't even know where to put my pennies at. Where do I put my pennies at?
Well, while you get that sorted, Kevin Walkerson, semifinals. We got Apoca Flips versus We Work Off Flips, BTOC versus Flipping Quarantine in our next round on the winner side of the bracket, heading into the semis. What teams do you think are going to escape those semifinals and head into our finals matchup?
I actually think right now, I don't think anybody can catch Apoca Flips. I definitely think they're going to win their match. And then I think the loser bracket's going to have a really tough team to beat with ATL in there. We work on flips. On the other side, I would say BTOC seems to be the most, I don't even know how to say it. Basically, I would say that they're the better team. So I think that they're going to pull out. They're the most consistent when it comes to flipping. So I think that they should be able to pull out that win, and it'll be Apocalypse BTOC.
All right, bold prediction. Kristen Wakapadaka, who do you have in the semifinals heading on to the championships?
Yeah, very similarly. I mean, I don't think We Work Off Flips has a chance to take Apocalypse out. I mean, it may be a close game, and even seeing Apocalypse give up one round this time, I think that they still, I mean, that's going to be a hard team to beat. I actually think that BTOC and Flipping Quarantine is going to be a closer match. Just being that they're from the same area, they've got very similar styles, but I don't know. BTOC played really good tonight, so I think I might squeak them out, but I think it's going to be very close.
Sawdow, who you got in our semifinals?
You know what? I'm going to go with the upset pick. If there's one team that has a chance to beat Apocalypse, it's going to be We Work Off Flips. They've got a number of perfect games in their resume. So if they can stick with that, they're definitely beatable, because even though Apocalypse is definitely the faster team, they haven't shown the best discipline in their rush in terms of flips. So if We Work Off Flips can get a few one and dones in there, they can put Apocalypse on their heels. And you don't know what Apocalypse plays like when they're down, right? Let's say We Work Off Flips wins the first game and Apocalypse is down chasing for the first time. We don't know what that pressure is going to look like to them. So certainly, I'm gonna root for We Work Off Flips, because they are really the Cinderella story of this tournament if they keep it going. And Atlanta needs something, because after that crushing loss in the Super Bowl, that city has not recovered at all. So
wow,
I'm still ragging on them. It's terrible, right? Between BTOC and Flipping Quarantine, you know what? I made the mistake earlier of choosing against BTOC when deep down I know two of the BTOC members are my karaoke partners every time I head out to Vegas. So, when you sing from the heart, you can't turn your back on that. So I am choosing BTOC to move forward to face We Work Off Flips.
Nice.
Great predictions. And for the final one, the commissioner, yours truly, is going to echo those picks that Saw made. I am going to make the bold move. I've been saying they've been my dark horse all along, and I think they are going to steal the semifinals out from Apocalypse. I think We Work Off Flips is going to take that side. I think they're going to make a bold statement and let everybody know who they are, and Atlanta is going to scream it loud and proud from down there. On the Vegas matchup, Flipping Quarantine on an absolute Cinderella story, going from 21 overall to 14 to 11, just getting faster and faster as they pull everything together. But just like Cinderella, the story eventually comes to an end, and I think it ends in the semifinals, and they're going to drop to BTOC, setting up a BTOC versus We Work Off Flips final.
Wow. Anyone's game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be a while before we see those matches, because on Monday and Tuesday it's all elimination rounds. It's all elimination games. We've got a lot of elimination games to go through, 8 to go through, in fact, to start off. So
absolutely, the eventual winner of game number 69, is going to be the one who wins the loser's side of the bracket and escapes back to the golden circle. So definitely going to have to see if that happens. And then still, they would have to take out whoever ends up in that winner's circle from our winner's side of the bracket, and would have to take them down twice in order to close it out and pull a major upset. There are quite a few teams, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see Balls Deep ending up back there. Same thing with Nipple City and some of our other higher ranked teams. Wouldn't be surprised to see them make this full circle back over to the winner's side of the bracket and compete for the title.
That's really the big key here, and possibly a really good strategy for Balls Deep, because ultimately in the championship match between the upper and the lower bracket, you've got to win 2. And if there's a team that's going to be built for the endurance of playing a lot of games, it's going to be the team from the losers bracket. A team like BTOC or Apocalypse or even We Work Off Flips, they haven't played a lot of games.
That's
and
true.
So when you get to that point where you're consuming all those drinks and you hadn't had that training to last long, I mean, it's a 4-quarter game, and you don't want to be like the Atlanta Falcons and take your foot off the gas in the 3rd quarter and then get your asses handed to you.
Wow.
So, you know what? those are lessons to be learned, especially from a Patriots fan who no longer has their starting quarterback or starting tight end for the last however many years. So we have to relive certain moments.
Well, just a reminder too, whoever ends up taking that finals matchup between any of those four teams, the loser of that finals matchup, while the winner moves on to the winning circle and eventually plays in the finals, the loser gets an auto pass straight into the finals matchup of the loser side of the bracket. So possibly a chance of redemption to pull out and back over to the winner circle. So it's going to be a massive viewership party. We hope everybody continues to tune in to the Waka-Palooza channel on YouTube or follows us along on the Club Waka channel. Go ahead and like, subscribe that, comment along with us. We hope you guys are having a good time as we are all locked down in our homes fighting through this. We hope you guys are safe. We hope you guys are surviving as best you can. I know it's rough out there in some areas. Make sure you stay safe, stay healthy. We want to see all of you and your smiling faces on the other end of this, on the kickball fields, at the bars, and at all of our regional parties, our tournaments, and of course the big one, Waka-Palooza, Vegas in October. On behalf of everybody on this panel, Kevin Wakason, Nelly Diaz joining us today, Kristen Wakapadaka, and Sadao, I'm Adam Hustler. We hope you guys had a great time for the last couple hours to take your mind off all of this. We will see you guys, I believe, are we going at this tomorrow, Saw? Or
Monday will be our next set of games.
So you guys got Friday off as we get ready for the weekend to relax. And we head into Monday as we face what I'm sure is going to be a plethora of elimination games, setting up what could be the road back to the winner's circle. Thank you all for joining us on Facebook and YouTube all night. On behalf of our sponsor, Bud Light, Seltzer, and Club Waka, we'll see you guys on Monday.
Bye, guys.
Have a good weekend.
Hey.